Oh, there we go. What's up, guys? Sorry, it's been a second. It's been a second since I've used this. Um, how are we doing out there, guys? Making sure my mic is working. All right, that's all good. Uh, I have my screen dimmed really dark because I don't have a charger for my PC right now, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't die in the middle of the stream. So the stream won't be like 4 hours long or anything like that because I'm pretty sure the battery will go down within an hour or two. But I'll just get on here and have some fun, huh? How you guys doing? So I won't be able to read your guys' comments from right here, but what I will do, I will pull it up on my phone right here, and I'll read your guys' comments through my phone. So if there's a moment where I don't read your guys' comments, I have to catch up with them on my phone. So yeah, let's see how we. Let's see how we. Let's hear how we sound. Where I don't read your guys' comments. Alrighty, there we go. What's up, Trenchy? What's up, Ty? I will be leaving a link in the chat, so if y'all want to come in, it's totally up to y'all. I hope this works. I'm gonna put that right there. I don't know if that'll work or not. I haven't done that too many times before. Let me see. That'll work. So yeah, there's the link if you guys want to join in and hang out and chat, shoot the shit. But I'm gonna join this really fast because I want to test and make sure this works. So if it does, then cool. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it does work. All right, cool. Neato. I think we have somebody else in the back as well. That might be Ty. I don't know. My screen is like really dark right now.
Hello.
Hey, there's Ty. What's up, Ty? How you doing?
I'm all right.
It's the first time I've had you on the channel, man. I don't really do the link in the chat very often, but I just figured why not,
Yeah.
Got some sweet tea, blue cup, ready to party.
Blue solo cup instead of your red solo cup.
Yeah, I'm a little different than most. A little bit different.
Okay. Get the blue.
Yeah, I seen him at the store the other day, and I was like, I've never seen a blue solo cup like that. So I was like, I had to pick him up because I don't really see him like that very often. How you doing tonight, though, bro?
Okay.
Just okay?
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Nothing much. Selling. I just been trying to make a few extra bucks, trying to sell some stuff on Craigslist right now.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's bitten yet, so.
Trying to get that dough.
Yep. Got an expensive girl, so.
That Trenchy. No, it's Ian. What's up, Ian?
Hey, Justin. Not so much.
How you doing? It's great to have you on. I haven't ever had you on the stream before.
Yeah, and well, so I found out my sponsor that my independent pro wrestling my sponsor was a so anyways, it was a scam.
Your sponsor was a scam.
Yep, and I'm still waiting for the box because it's been over about 4 rough weeks, and I haven't got nothing inside mail.
Wait, so you ordered something and it didn't come to the mail yet?
No. So, anyways, I got a sponsorship, with
Mhm.
a brand new indie pro wrestling company, and I've been waiting almost about 4 weeks for my package to come in, but it was not no. There was nothing. I tried to contact them.
Yeah.
Hey, Trenchy, what's going on, bro?
What's up?
Hey,
How you doing?
Live. I've been waiting
Yeah.
for a while.
Ian, is
Yeah.
this something maybe we should
Yeah, me too.
maybe we should talk private about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry that happened though, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, Nate. Just kind of sounds like some stuff we kind of just sounds like stuff maybe we should talk private about. You know what I mean?
Well, that and yeah, I mean there are random people that watch this. I don't want them trying to mess with you, Ian. So
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
if it's okay with you, because I don't want them watching this and them trying to pick on you some more.
Yeah.
The trolls,
Yeah.
they seem to do that, try to trap people
Yeah.
down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I am really
I'm not
sorry
into-
that happened. That sucks though. That's horrible.
And, oh wow, man! I guess I found it at the Wahoo Market. Oh, Nate, man, you gonna really would, dude. I found a old school. I found one of like old school you know tags. You know,
Really?
Yep. See right there.
Wait, that's not Taz the Tasmanian Devil.
No.
Jesus.
You
Yeah.
found the old school ECW line, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The mini fresh.
Okay,
That's
I
awesome.
feel like this is opening up to a question. Starting with Nate, but we could go right. Dude, if you could pick any wrestlers from any era in their prime to have a dream match, any type of match, who would you choose?
Me?
Anybody.
Well,
Hmm.
so I want to see a match with okay, I could say I want to see so I want to see when a Stone Cold was back in the day when he was back in WCW days, known as extending Steve Austin to take on Hulk Hogan.
Mm.
Okay.
Now, okay, I think that'd be a pretty good match.
Yeah, you have to deal with Hulk Hogan's politics, though. Yeah, he does a lot of politicking backstage.
I got one, but I think everybody's gonna agree with one, and everybody's gonna have. I don't know how anybody can top this one, but I'm gonna say Sting versus The Undertaker in their prime.
Ooh,
That'd be dope.
Ooh, hell yeah. That's a dream match. We've all been clamoring. We actually wanted that to happen before they both retired, but that's what I don't understand. Why didn't WWE just do that? Like, you guys picked them against Triple H. It's like nobody really cared about that rivalry. I mean, it was okay, but I mean, it didn't really amount to anything. And then you have a Seth Rollins rivalry. It was like, okay. But you could have immediately debuted him against Taker. That would have brought it to a whole other level.
But Nate, everybody wanted to see him fight Goldberg. They wanted to see Undertaker and Goldberg fight.
oh man,
they
Oh, my
didn't care
God.
about
And
Sting.
almost kill him. He almost murdered a man on television, like on pay-per-view.
Yeah, and
He did.
okay, man, because now my rugby match I want to see is like the Fine Brian Pillman, like his dad, wrestle the guy from what's the promotion that not WWE, but that is the Cody Rhodes promotion. Help me out with that. I can't pronounce the name. Oh yeah, one of his guys. The MJF.
Oh yeah, I love MJF.
Oh my God, MJF is a perfect heel.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted to see him face EC. He reminds me a lot of EC3, like just the way his whole style is.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, do you heard that Vince McMahon
Yes.
is gonna actually it'd be no more NXT.
Yeah, he's they're talking about like cutting budgets from the NXT, which sucks because NXT was gonna go global. Like they were gonna have an NXT in like Australia, Canada. They already had NXT UK. There's gonna be like one in Japan. There's gonna be like all kinds of promotions with NXT to make it global. Yeah. But unfortunately, the budget cuts doesn't like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. And so what do you think about Bray Wyatt is now signed with Cody Rhodes, you know, promotion. Not a thing.
That's crazy. I can't believe that WWE let him go. Like Bray Wyatt is a very talented person. It's just like crazy to me.
Yeah, because and Bray Wyatt. Oh yes. So and Braun, like Strowman. Like
yeah,
really?
they just let go a guy named Bronson Reed in NXT. I don't know if you guys know who Bronson Reed is, but he's really good talent, and they let him go too.
Yeah, and yeah. So anyways, guess who coming to the one of the local independent things.
Who's that?
They signed one of the guys who is very big in the independence, circuit. He wrestled for AEW. His manager is Mr. His name is the Big Lance. Lance. I forgot his name. He wrestled for AEW. Lance.
He wrestled for. Wait, he wrestled for Root Beer?
No, he.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So I heard now, Vicky Guerrero just signed Alberto Del Rio is not going to be debuting for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like showing up, and debuting. They pretty much got a whole roster that's from WWE, and some people are like, "Oh, they're just WCW all over again."
That guy's still.
I'm like, they're the WWE is the one that fired them. They didn't just go there; they got all fired from WWE, so it's kind of WWE's fault.
Yeah, and
well, it's kind of baloney why Alberto was fired.
Well, because he did actually, assault like his girlfriend.
He assaulted Paige?
No, I heard that he did something to his wife, like he beat his wife up. I don't know if it's true or not.
He beat his wife up?
Yes.
I heard that too. I'm not sure if it's true.
I heard that he I also heard that Paige, because I only know him because he dated Paige, because Paige is one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, mainly for looks,
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
but
she was one of my yeah. I mean, I feel you there. But I
but
think she's a great wrestler too.
she is a good wrestler. I like, but the story I heard that the reason why he was fired is because Paige cheated on him and he punched the guy. So,
Oh fuck.
but it seems like Paige is quite promiscuous. Is
Yeah.
what I've heard. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say she has
um,
videos on the internet. I'll just
Yes.
just say that.
yes, and
Yes.
all of us may have seen those.
Yes,
Huh?
because I've seen them. Wink, wink.
Ian,
What?
we may
What?
have seen them.
Ian's like, for
What?
research purposes only, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
for authorization for authorization process. Make sure it
Yeah.
wasn't just rumors.
Yeah, because I just want to see if they were safe.
He wanted to see if she was doing it safe.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and one of the things, the few movies Paige actually did, as far as like wrestling actors go, she was definitely one of the better ones, I thought. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot better than she was a lot better than the lead male wrestler
Uh,
in the one movie
Yes.
with
Sorry.
because she
Yeah.
did
So
one movie with The Miz, and she
Yeah.
showed a lot better acting talent than The Miz. So
yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, what do you think about like So what's the thing about John Cena in a Roman Reigns match? Cena and Roman Reigns for the belt.
Roman because you can't see John Cena, so why would we want to fight?
But yeah, but you gotta remember, the Money in the Bank man, um, Big E could cash in
Mm-hmm.
at any time, and that he wants. Now, if I was him, that I would. Yes. So if I was him, I would just wait till the matches get done and then, go and, cash in, and then hit him with then hit him with your fence move, and then that'd be done.
Oh, I gotta see the Mangler, Aiden. I've heard good things, and I've read the story, but I have not seen the movie yet.
I was just typing out a comment reply to him. Yeah, as I could say right here, I've never even heard of that movie before. So that sounds. But I'm the guy. I haven't even seen Life Force from Toby Hooper.
Oh, me neither, man. Dude, the Mangler. It's based off a Stephen King short story about a demonic washing machine, and the movie has Robert Englund. And I guess it's very different than the short story, but the short story was really good. And
Okay.
Robert Englund, you can't go wrong with
I
usually.
actually really enjoy it.
Yeah. And oh wow, man, because like I'm gonna make my wing turn into the old I'm gonna make my wing turn into in the old ECW wing. I'm gonna turn my wing into.
Yeah, that's what, dude. I swear, I feel like if I would just get into a wrestling ring once, I don't know why, but I feel like if I could just get in the ring once and run the ropes, I think I'd fall in love with it. I really do. I just have that feeling about it,
Okay.
If I could buy you guys a ring, I would, because I would love to see you guys in an actual ring. I think you could do a lot. You're already doing a lot on the trampoline, but I think you could do 10 times more with the ring.
Yeah, because I have a friend who got a wing.
Yeah.
But it's not the it's not the it's not the WWE evil one. That is the old a TNA wing.
Oh, the
Like
octagon.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was a
hate
pretty
them
cool.
wings.
You don't like the octagon rings?
No.
Well, a lot of people don't. I like them though. I always thought it was pretty cool, but it'd be kind of weird if you were a wrestler. You're like, oh, there's nothing there. It's a ring corner. Oh,
that's more. The octagon is more based on what wrestling actually came from, because wrestling originally started in Roman times and it's built more like the Colosseum.
Yeah.
You know, because wrestling came from gladiator fights and everything, minus the tigers and
and
stuff. But
wow, man, because I'm gonna see if my friend can take me down to Target, because I want to see if I can find like a MJF, a figure, because I found so anyway, I found a Chris Jericho one.
Cool.
But the box was incomplete wet. Because it felt like they sit on the box and they work the box up.
Yeah.
Because almost all the set of the figures was all bent. And somebody because somebody took a MJF a figure, and they put the Miz at the inside of the box.
Ooh.
What the hell? That so no. At first I said, "Wait a minute! That the Miz face?" Yes.
I don't like the Miz.
Well, because and somebody said, "Oh, the Miz looked like MJF." He did not look like MJF.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Dark Knight of the Scarecrow is the shit, man. It's like really good.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's been recommending it to me. I need to see that. I need to see a lot of films, man. Like, I had like 4 days off this week, so I probably could have watched a lot of movies, but I was just binging a lot of The Walking Dead and TV shows and anime and wrestling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking Dead's great. I get it.
Walking
Dead. And don't forget on August the 26th, I'll be doing my birthday live stream.
Okay.
I'll
try to be there, man.
I didn't set what time it is. I'm shooting maybe 5 o'clock or 6.
Okay.
Right around that time, because I know, what I meant. See, because I know my mom probably wants to do stuff, work with me, and I know we're gonna probably have people coming over, and I probably won't have no time to do it, because, like when you have, because I'm gonna try to do it, but I'm gonna see if I can do it, because it'd be kind of hard, because you have people coming over house and all that stuff, and I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. I'm trying to do my stuff, and I I always keep on getting. And so I heard the tag team is not um. I think that the WWE need to push the one woman wrestler, and they need to put the belt on Shayna. E- B-
Baszler,
yeah,
I agree. I've been saying that for a minute, man. The fact that
yeah,
she isn't the champion right now is, to
yeah,
me,
yeah,
I don't know how you guys feel about Bianca Belair, but like, I just think that she's like a Sasha Banks clone. Like, I
yeah.
think she's the
Uh,
same thing as Sasha Banks.
well, well, man,
Mhm.
saying no because I think the WWE need to fire uh n- 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 not hire Jax, because Nia Jax, and she can't wrestle that good, and like, because like she big, but she is not that quick.
I know who they should hire.
Who?
I
Me?
think I heard a rumor that they just hired um, her cousins. Who they should hire is Lacey Von Erich,
Yes, but
because I think they just hired her cousins, didn't they?
they are working over on the Cody Rhodes,
Mm-hmm.
promotion
Yeah.
now.
Nate, you heard much about the Von Erichs?
Yep.
Yeah, I know the whole backstory. It's crazy. I watched plenty of documentaries, and there had to have been something there. I don't know. A lot of people say it was a curse. I don't know if it
Uh,
was a curse or not, but it was a alarming amount of stuff happening with that
well,
family.
man, see, no,
It's
because I heard from other one of the old rock wrestlers, actually, used to wrestle for the Fun Eriks. Craig the Hammer Fine Time said that the dad was a bit abusive.
Yeah, he was. He was. A lot of wrestling fathers back then, they were really rough on their kids because
well, I kind
back
of
in the day, wrestling was a family business. So you had to
Yeah.
prepare the next generation for the business, and a lot of dads
I kind of think it
roughly
a lot
did
of
that.
was he saw David Von Erich as the next him, and then when David died, he kind of pushed a lot of the younger kids to do it, and
Hmm.
because face it, I mean, a lot of the other ones had talent, but David was the one who had that it factor as far as wrestling goes, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah. I always thought David was my favorite, and then Carrie's like the poster child. He's the guy you put on the posters, but like David's the guy that you come to watch that high flying, fast paced style. I always liked David Von Erich, but Carrie was kind of the one they put up there on the
well,
posters.
and
He was the main
well,
guy.
I think what I always get them confused because a lot of them look like, but I think it was Carrie Russell with a prosthetic foot or something towards the end of
Yeah,
his life.
yeah, he lost his leg in an accident, and he still wrestled
Yeah.
after that, which is nuts.
Yeah, and um uh oh, Robbie, I watched a documentary on who was it on oh yeah, I watched a Netflix show on uh excuse me, on J- J- Jake the Snake Roberts, and whoo, he have
Oh,
a rough childhood.
that is a brutal documentary.
Holy crap,
That is
man!
one very, very brutal documentary about Jake the Snake,
Yeah,
Jake the Snake Resurrection.
yeah.
Oof. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
like it was. What made it so good is just that it was honest. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, I can put that on the background real quick. I think Night of the Living Dead is public domain, so I can actually put that on the background and watch that.
It's public domain. The first one is.
Yeah. Keep in mind, sometimes like when I did it on my channel, because I did a commentary for it, it got like the stream might get blocked in like other countries, but we're in the U.S., so you know it's up to you.
All right.
Because
That's weird. It's public domain. Isn't that so crazy at that? Because I always wondered, like, why is there so many, like, thousands of editions of that movie? But it's because of that mistake. And actually, I think there's only like 3 people that profited off that movie. I think it was Romero, Russo, and somebody else. There was like 3 people that profited. Everybody else
it would have been it would have probably been another producer.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can you imagine working for a movie, going through all that stuff, and they're like, "Sorry, I can't pay you."
I think it would have been a guy who played the antagonist, Carl something, because he was a producer.
Carl got fucking paid.
Huh? No.
The fucking dude in the basement got paid.
Yeah, because he was.
How the fuck did he get paid over fucking the main dude and the main chick and like
producer?
Oh Jesus!
Well, Mr. North, I think they should make a movie from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Like, have somebody to play him.
Actually, it would be a really sad movie.
What?
A really, really sad movie, but I would not mind seeing a movie about the Von Eriks.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a brutal, like, one of those movies, like, okay, man, I have to be in the right mood to watch this. But, Trench, do you know who we're talking about?
I've heard of the name.
They were a wrestling family. There was Harry, there's David, Kevin. Ian, help me out here. Who are the all? It was David, Carrie, Kevin.
Hang on.
I think there was a Chris Von Erich.
Yes, Chris.
Hang
on. Sorry, I'm just drawing a blank.
Yeah, I believe it was a series of 6 brothers.
No. That was actually 4, and one is still,
Okay, then it was 5 brothers because one of them died in infancy.
Yes.
Well, not infancy. He was like only like 5 years old or something. It was the dad was a champion wrestler.
Yep.
Fritz Von Erich.
Yep.
And he had this. I don't look at it as abuse. Like, he just was kind of tough on his kids, like people were back in the day.
Yeah.
So I don't consider that abuse. I more think he was just a tough dad. You know what I mean, Trent?
Well, what was he doing to his kids?
I mean, it's never been
tough, and then there's a fine line.
Yeah, and exactly fully heard like what he did, but like from what I've gathered, it seems like he was just kind of a tough dad. Like he did kind of say to his kids that he did really want his kids to push him into wrestling, but all of them actually enjoyed wrestling was the thing. So
well, I meant because okay, I'm gonna take the one guy for the example, like Stu, hot.
That's what I was gonna bring up too. Like that dude had a basement. They had a fucking bear that they would wrestle, and this dude would flip pancakes and then like use the flipper to throw away some cat shit, and then keep flipping the pancakes with the same flipper. Like that guy was fucking insane.
Okay.
And
Well, because I think they have 12 kids. 12 or
If
12. Yes, 12 kids.
if
They have Brett. Wait a minute, Brett is not you.
if Trench wrestled a bear, he would win.
Because I don't. Yeah, so I don't see that match. Trent wrestle a it's gonna be a first ever Trent wrestle so a goat. That'd be a great match.
Yeah.
I pay my money to see that.
Did you hear that, Trench?
I'm not wrestling a goat.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, Jesus.
That sounds like a sheep, Ian.
Hey, you know what?
How about a bear? Maybe Trent should wrestle a bear.
What?
You should wrestle a bear.
Oh, that's death.
That's
death in a bottle.
Okay, so how about Trent can wrestle
a tiger?
Trent can wrestle a like a big old giant like a snake.
What? No, I'm not wrestling a snake.
You could wrestle a chicken.
Yeah.
Those chickens are fucking scary as fuck. You don't fuck with the cocks, man. They'll fuck you up. You don't fuck with them.
Well, maybe here, Trench. Maybe you could wrestle a turkey.
Nate, they are trying to make me fight wild animals.
I couldn't find. I found the remake, and I was like, "Oh, I love the remake," but I was over here wanting to watch the original.
Oh, dude, Night's free on YouTube.
Yeah, I got the remastered special. Actually, think about it. You really don't have to pay money for this movie. Like,
yeah, and oh yeah, because I heard
signed by George Romero.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
Nah, it's fake.
Oh,
it's just part of the DVD. I thought it was real when I bought it. I bought it for like $5. I was like, did I just get an edition signed by Romero for $5? And I was looking, I'm like, oh, it's printed, but still, it's on there. OG. Yeah. And I got Dawn right over here. I watched it the other day. Love Dawn. But Ian dropped out. But
my favorite Day, though. I love Day. I love them all, though.
Day is my favorite.
Yeah, mine too, dude.
Mainly because of Captain Rhodes.
Oh, he was a fucking... I love Bub, man. I think Bub is like...
You know what? I don't know why. Like, I think, Trench, you're a lot like Bub.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate that.
Bub was like a cool dude. You're a cool dude, you know. Like, I feel like
weird. I've never seen a Dimension Extreme logo before. Night of the Living Dead before.
Oh, great! Weinstein's own it.
They probably don't know that they just distribute it because it's like public domain.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I love this movie. I love all of them, bro. I love Dawn. I love Night. I love Day. I love them all for different reasons because they're all different movies. So I sit down and watch them a lot.
Hey, but Survival's your favorite.
Ugh. Ugh. I need to wash that taste out of my mouth.
What is that the one where the chick rides the horse and then she gets turned into a zombie, but she's still riding the horse?
Yeah, that's the one where they're trying to basically convert the zombies to start eating animals instead of humans, and it's like So what? You're just gonna kill off all the animals so us humans can live? That's very selfish.
What are you gonna what are you guys gonna do for food?
Exactly. Like you can't just eat. You just can't eat stuff now. You gotta make sure it's not bitten or anything like that. If you eat it, it's tainted meat. Ha ha! Tainted meat. You're eating tainted meat. Ha ha!
Fucking Bob, man. Fucking
Yeah.
Bob.
Oh, that'll be happening to us eating the horse been bitten. So we'll
Is
be
anybody
like,
you know, George Romero's son is working on a new Living Dead movie.
are you serious?
Yeah, Cameron Romero.
Can he call it Living Dead though? Because isn't there like a legal right issue where Russo owns Living Dead?
Dude, Bloodbound wants to know if he can come up, I think.
Oh yeah, bro. The link's in there for a reason. Anybody can join. Y'all can all hang out and chat horror with us, man. I'm watching Night of the Living Dead. If you want to pop in Night of the Living Dead, you guys can watch it right along with me.
I'm calling it Rise of the Dead or something like that, but because Russo does own Living Dead, but
Boom. I don't know if I'll watch Dawn tonight. I literally just watched it, but we'll see what I'll pop in. Figured why not just have this stuff.
Have you ever seen Anna and the Apocalypse?
Have I ever seen what?
Anna and the Apocalypse.
Mm-mm.
yeah.
It's a Scottish Christmas zombie comedy musical, and it's like amazing.
Trench and I watched this with.
No, I've never even heard of that.
Trench and I watched one movie with Art and Mark's Monsters. I don't know if you really know who that is, but it's a really bad movie, but it's kind of one of those really fun bad movies. Have you ever heard of The Beast of Yucca Flats?
No, never.
Trench can tell you about the movie because we watched it together.
I fell asleep. I didn't even end up watching it. I fell asleep in the first 5 minutes. All I remember is bald dude with a briefcase and an explosion.
Okay. Well, after that, the guy turns into a beast after nuclear explosion, and it's one of those movies that. Okay, towards the end, you can't take it. You can't take it seriously because it's a bad movie, but it's one of those ones that it's so bad that it's good.
Okay, I love those movies.
Yeah, you can watch it for free on YouTube. It's public domain.
Hold on, let me add that to my favorites real quick.
The Beast of Yucca Flats.
I used to be kind of iffy on zombie movies, but I've kind of grown an appreciation for them after seeing the variety. Like you got the Romero trilogy, you got Return of the Living Dead, you got Anna and the Apocalypse, you got Zombieland. Like you got so many different types of zombie movies.
Okay, I got it saved. Thanks, Ty. I'll check that out one day.
Oh, if there's a script that I was working on with.
That's not too loud, is it? That movie? Like, is that really loud?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's not like overbearing the audio.
Oh, dude, Bloodbound was wondering if you could drop the link again for him.
Yeah, of course. If I can remember, I can just copy and paste the link, right? Post in the chat.
But yeah, you said you've been watching The Walking Dead lately. What you thinking of that, and how far you get into it?
Right now I'm on season 6. I think I'm on episode 3 or 4, and I just got sucked into it, man. I'm really, really into it right now, and I'm really into my friend Chris Brock. He made a Walking Dead fan series, and I've been checking that out, and all that stuff's been really inspiring me. And actually today we just shot a pilot episode for a project that I'm really excited to get out to you guys. So we're going to get that edited. We're going to get that all pizzazzed up for YouTube and hopefully publish that sometime in the coming weeks or some. We got to get it edited and everything like that. But we shot a lot of stuff today and have an idea for a little web series that's kind of inspired by The Walking Dead. So if you guys like The Walking Dead, it's not really about zombies. It's kind of like a old throwback to Infected movie, like The Crazies, 28 Days Later, where it's about a virus. So if you guys like those kind of movies, it'll be coming out soon.
Wait, so is it a documentary?
Oh no, it's a web series. It's like a TV show on YouTube.
I know. That virus, I'm like, oh, documentary about last year, right?
Oh no, and actually I was sitting there because originally it was going to be just a Crazies fan series. So I was like, well, why don't we just make a Crazies fan? Because I watched the Crazies and I really liked it, and I was like, hey, why don't we make a Crazies fan series? And also, I'd watched Chris Brock's fan series of The Walking Dead, and it really inspired me. I'm like, these guys went out and shot this stuff and were able to tell these great stories, and I was really getting into it. And I was like, man, I want to create something like this, like a survival type show. And I started getting into The Walking Dead. I started watching their series and started watching zombie movies, and I just really was like, hey, for like a year or two now, I've been talking about doing this. Why don't we just go out there
and do it?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. I hope his laptop did not die.
Hey, you're frozen, dude.
He's frozen in carbonite, Trench.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You're moving. There we go.
He got. Yay! We unfroze him. He's not in carbonite anymore. I was actually working on a.
What's up, Gid? How you doing?
What up? What up?
Hey,
Good to have you here, bro. We're just chilling, watching some Night of the Living Dead and hanging out, man. How you doing?
I just turned on the colored version as you put it in.
Hey, I seen that colored version too.
It's so weird.
It really is. I was watching. I'm like, whoa, this is a
I'm
different.
used to seeing it in black and white.
I'm actually working with one YouTuber on a zombie script. We just got to get it funded and everything, but which is the hard part. He's just going to put my Junebug Films as kind of a company name for it. But the script is basically Beavis and Butthead meet zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's bitching.
But like when I was reading it, like the person who I had in mind to play one of the boneheads, like, you know, because I don't know, for whatever reason when I was reading, I was picturing Corey as one of them.
Really?
Yeah, like this would be really funny for Corey to do. I mean, because you know, Corey's a really smart guy, but it would just be really funny to see him play just like a complete, like that type of character, you know, especially for us who know Corey. You know,
he made like a short film recently that I'm probably gonna check out here soon. I didn't see it as like a horror comedy short.
Yeah,
short,
it's actually
video.
good. And I'm even he gave me permission to work on one idea that he wanted to do, but you know, I might save that for private chat and everything, just because I want people to actually just do stuff with it, you know.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Because it's gonna have to have everybody in the community, so.
That'd be great.
So, like, what do you guys think about the zombie genre? Since tonight it seems to be the zombie night. Do you think it's an underrated genre? Do you think it's overrated? Like, what you guys thought?
I think it's a great genre, man. And what's cool about it, to me at least, is I can watch a zombie movie and pretty much get entertainment out of it. Even like these lower budget movies. Like I really recommend stuff like Last of the Living, The Demented, The Terror Experiment, My Mises, Night of the Living Dead. That's a good one. I Am Omega. Those are all really micro budget zombie movies. and like available in those $3 packs you get at like Kroger's or Walmart. You see it in the bin. It's like these $5 pack of movies, and they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good. I love zombie movies, and like I can get more into zombie movies. I give more leniency to zombie movies than even sometimes slasher movies, because like sometimes I'll watch a slasher movie and I'm like, I'm not really feeling this one. But with a zombie movie, there's only been a few where I'm like, I'm not really getting into this one. But most of them I love. I love
Brave to the grave, be that.
I haven't seen that. I have not seen any Return of the Living Dead sequels yet.
I hated what they did to fucking Tarman. Like, that killed me how they did that to him.
Good makeup, though. You got to give them that.
Yeah, it was good makeup. I got to admit that.
I would say zombie movies are kind of maybe a little both overrated and underrated.
I agree with that.
Because, you know, the thing is, like, some independent guy could make a zombie movie super cheap, and it could be absolute garbage. But sometimes like, there's a little overexposure, but like sometimes you do come up with the gem. So like, if there's something between overrated and underrated, that's what I would say they are.
Oh, definitely, because like there's some great things you can do to the genre, but most of the time it's like cookie cutter molds where like, oh yeah, they just come up from the dead because of irradiation or basically a virus. But I have seen some really good interpretations of the ultimate zombie that we see in like Walking Dead and such. Like, I like the ones that are sort of more where they can think and they're more like twisted. So that's why I enjoy so much like Return of the Living Dead.
Well, what I would really love to see, and anybody can do this. I would like to see somebody do a remake of White Zombie.
Oh hell yeah!
Because I would rather see somebody do an adaptation of those type of zombies versus, the zombies that Romero created.
Oh, you mean like the mind control type voodoo type stuff?
That's what
I actually missed that genre. I think they should make more of those.
I agree with you.
Amfro reviewed a movie called Baffle Me. I guess gets into, I don't know exactly voodoo, but there's a cult, a satanic cult attacking a family. So they call in an occultist and a witch to fight against the satanic cult.
It's cool as hell.
It sounds pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. And even then, like I would still love to see somebody do a tribute film to, not a fan film, but a tribute film to those type of horror movies from the 1930s and everything, because sort of have that gothic style,
I absolutely love that style because like I dig that a lot, and that was more of my own opening into the genre. Because my aunt had a lot of the old 30 films on VHS tape, like the kind of mass-produced ones you can find like back then at the dollar stores and such. And I sort of got my feel from that. Like, basically, I love what you can do with Gothic horror and like basically German expressionism. Because I'm very much in like the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Nosferatu. It's the way you can actually like convey it. That's what makes it much. You can do like 1,000 ideas, but like if it's how you kind of produce it and convey it that will actually sell it.
Oh hell yeah, man! Like I find it's crazy how malleable the stuff is, because you got stuff like the Romero trilogy, which is more serious, and then you got Return of the Living Dead, which is like fucking hilarious, and then you got Anna and the Apocalypse, which is a Christmas zombie musical, and it's fucking beautiful movie. Like it just so the zombie genre is just so malleable, and horror is in general, but like it's crazy how these are all the same genre.
Yeah.
I've been trying to make a kaiju film for a couple years that I have an idea for that would be really kind of flashbacky to the kind of suitmation type of really low budget effects that kind of make you laugh at it, but it's more of like entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I've been kind of wanting to do sort of a tribute film to, the Universal Monster era. Something that, horror fans have been waiting a long time for, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'll spoil it in the chat. I don't really care. But Dracula versus the monster.
Hell yeah.
Because we need a good version of those movies. And I'm
do.
surprised like no independent studio, has done it except for those 3 movies that were released in the 70s. Because there was like, for a while, there was that whole like 3 movies, not unofficial trilogy, but you'd like between 1969 and 1971, there was like 3 movies called Dracula versus Frankenstein, and then after that, and they all suck.
Oh, definitely. Like the thing about it, it'd be kind of harder to probably do it nowadays because of copyright issues. Because like Universal has such a tight hold on the Universal Monsters line that when people do a Frankenstein film or something, because basically like Mary Shelley's type book she wrote of these characters' interpretation, it's more of like whenever you do like your own version of it, you either have to be a different color, not like gray or green, or he has to have the bolts off his neck. It's all like you have to make your own alteration of it. That's the kind of hard part.
Well, you could. You just don't make them look. The trick is don't make them look like. Don't make the monster look like the monster from the movie.
Yeah.
You could have the bolts because they can't copyright bolts. Just don't make them green and. Like if Universal, if I actually made that, Universal came to me, and that's what they were copyrighting, I would actually counter that one because I'm like, you can't copyright bolts.
We own all Hardwell now.
Yeah,
we are Hardweller.
And like the only thing is like come up with a good story, like why are the monster and Dracula fighting? So.
Yeah.
There was a script from the 30s or like the 40s that never got released or whatever, and you could tell it's real because it's Dracula versus Frankenstein, but they never fight at all. Like Larry Talbot like punches the bat in the face or something, and that's about it. Like they don't fight. So it's like
and the problem is like even if they did it, let's say they did it in the Hammer era, the problem is like, okay, well, you need Van Helsing in that movie.
Yeah, you would.
So, and then you need Dr. Frankenstein. So, are Peter Cushing and Dr. Dr. Frankenstein and Van Helsing, are they going to be like twins or something, or what?
Well, you could probably pull it off though, because you just have the actor in different type of clothing and makeup.
Yeah,
that'd be funny too.
It would be funny, but would people take it seriously? Is the thing, you know what I mean?
That you could possibly, if you did it right way, to feel like, oh yes, this is my twin cousin or something. I don't know. It'd be funny.
You want to make it funnier though? You have Christopher Lee play Dracula, but also have him play the monster as well.
You shoot simultaneously with the actual acting.
I would say David Prowse has to play the monster because in that entire series he was the best. He was the best Frankenstein.
Oh, definitely.
Monster, so.
I've never seen any of the Hammer monster films. I will have to change that though. But.
I do love the Satanic Rites of Dracula though.
Yeah,
that is like one of the wildest ones.
That's a good one.
This movie was such ahead of its time, bro.
Oh, it was. I'm watching I still can't get over the colored version. It looks so strange in color.
It does.
Because I'm used to it being in black and white. Because what I said in the comments an hour ago or so, I'd woken up when I was 15, halfway passed out on my aunt's couch, and they had this playing on an actual low budget access station. And it scarred the hell out of me. I just didn't know what it was. And that's what freaked me out. Because I turned it on right when it got to the part where they're storming the house, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Well, yeah, bro. I remember when I watched the sound version of Nosferatu, and that was pretty interesting. It was sound.
I fell asleep to that a lot. I don't know. It's a weirdly calming movie for me.
I
like vampires.
That's something else I would like to see since Nosferatu's in the public domain too. Somebody make their own Count Orlok movie.
That's what I actually told Nate about recently. We were talking about a couple weeks ago on Facebook, and I was like, man, I really want to make a Nosferatu film. But it'd be really hard to kind of come up with a cool concept.
Well, especially something that's not connected to Dracula at all.
Yeah. do something original. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I've actually had that idea for a while, actually.
Oh
But
hell yeah!
but like one of the ideas I had though is like more like try to find a historical figure that kind of fits, and the only one I could think of was basically say that Count Orlok is Caligula or something.
Oh, holy shit! That'd be crazy.
Because I actually got
Or
the
you could,
Dracula Untold because the guy who's supposed to give in the original script, the guy who gave Dracula his powers was supposed to be Caligula. The old guy.
I never knew that.
The old guy is supposed to be Caligula.
well, I always thought the old guy in Dracula Untold as Nosferatu. Anyways, I saw.
Yeah, that's what I thought because like I thought they were connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the original script, it was supposed to. Yeah, it's just crazy. It was supposed to be Caligula, so I was just like, okay, well, why not just do that? But you got to make. Okay, I think it would be pronounced. I think it's pronounced Bulwer.
Yeah.
Or Bulwer. However, the Van Helsing guy, you know, you got to make him. You got to make him the the badass guy.
Oh, totally.
Because the Van Helsing character in that movie was just like, he was just there, you know.
Yeah. I love that how like time skips into the end of the movie if you've seen the end of Dracula Untold, and he's just sitting there with a coffee and a suit on, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
it begins.
It's actually kind of sad what ended up happening to that actor though, who played Van Helsing, the Van Helsing part in Nosferatu. He actually was a Jew in Germany at the time.
Oh.
And he you could argue he died a hero. He apparently told a Nazi to he had some harsh words to say to a Nazi, and he was sent to the chambers then. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
But.
Yeah, I'd just like to see him like he just slaps him and says, "I was in Nosferatu, damn it."
So that's why like when I was writing the script, I being the Lord of the Rings fan, I pronounce it Isidore is his name, but that's his name Isidore. So I actually just used his real name just to kind of honor him in a way, you know. So
yeah,
Isidore.
That's actually really cool. That's cool. You know, nod to that.
Isidore Volver. I think because I think in German you're supposed to pronounce the B more like a V, so it's Volver.
Yeah.
Was that 70s remake of Nosferatu any good? I didn't see it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
It's
weird. There's like a 70s Nosferatu and there's like a 70s Dracula remake.
The 70s Nosferatu is meh.
All I know is someone did a video on the original and the remake, and I was like, I've only seen the original, and then they replied, "Go see the remake," and they put an exclamation point at the end. So apparently, I don't know. Apparently, it's worth watching, according to some people.
I didn't know that the film Shadow of Empire was actually like a really cool kind of meta film. If y'all ever heard about that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I love that movie.
I didn't know it was directed by the guy who made Forgotten. That's what I was amazed by.
Dude, Defoe is great in that fucking movie.
You think
Yeah,
you would never think the guy who made Begotten would make that? Begotten, man, that movie's weird.
Yeah.
That movie's
I love
great.
it, man. I'm like
there's
addicted
actually
to that film.
and there's actually a sequel to the remake of Nosferatu.
Really?
Nosferatu in Venice.
Wow.
Nosferatu and what?
Venice.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty bad.
I will say this: I'm not a big fan of Salem's Lot, but I love the vampire in that movie.
Oh,
love
hell
that
yeah.
design.
I love
We'll
Barlow.
give that movie that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I love
I've
the
not
poster of it.
seen
The poster is really cool.
Hey,
Yeah, dude, the fucking poster and the way the vampire looks in that movie,
Nate.
that's great. That's all great.
It's okay. We all know that Nate loves the remake with Rob Lowe.
Oh god, I didn't even, bro. I seen that on DVD. at the store one day. I was like, they made a fucking remake of that. Like, how do you like what?
But it's cool. They got Rutger Hauer as Mr. Barlow.
Oh goodness. Yeah, there's also a sequel to Salem's Lot too.
Yeah, directed by Larry Cohen.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's supposedly one of the worst sequels ever, but I've never seen it.
I've never seen any of the Salem's Lot movies. I've read the book, but I've never seen any of the movies.
I know everybody's terrified of that window scene where that vampire's at the kid's window. Everybody's terrified of that.
And they're talking about making another remake now.
How many remakes can you make of one film? That's what I'm wondering.
A shit ton.
Well, that's
Yeah, basically.
To be fair, I mean that's like saying how many remakes. They've made a lot of remakes of Dracula and Frankenstein.
They have, no, definitely. Like, whatever the demand is there, the pockets are filling, they're going to do it.
They turned Frankenstein into a teenage superhero.
Was that I Frankenstein or something?
Yeah, I've never
God.
seen it, but it's just like, Jesus.
That movie makes me cringe terribly. I don't know why. I just stare at it and I'm like, why?
Okay, I Frankenstein. When I watched that, okay, I'm like, you know what? I am not expecting like this glorious like A-grade movie. I had fun with it, but like dumb fun,
Yeah. And, and I'm not saying that every horror movie has to be serious. I love really stupid, kind of trashy horror films.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ultimate idea of filmmaking and watching film, just entertainment. You don't have to walk away from something like, The Shining or anything. Plus, I've never seen The Shining myself. I've heard great things about it. But, just have fun with whatever you're making, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, let's keep in mind that, like Dracula and Frankenstein are some of the first horror movies
Definitely
are actually remakes. So
yeah,
I mean, because there's the 1910 version, which everybody can watch. It's for free on YouTube because even if you get a copyright strike for that's when you argue them. Like, okay, who is alive to claim this copyright? The movie was made in 1910.
The Ghost of Edison. He's like, I stole the light bulb, and I want more copyright strikes on this. It's like Edison coming back from the grave.
Yeah. And if you see that movie, like you see the way Frankenstein looks, like I'm actually surprised, like he hasn't gotten canceled just because it's a guy dressed in pretty much it's a guy dressed in drag. So
yeah, basically, Frankenstein was the first ever cross-dresser icon. I'm saying it.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
No, like, here's something that I always wonder when I watch the Boris Karloff film. Like, imagine you were there in the theater watching that. And you've never seen anything like that. I bet you people were shitting their pants and running for the door.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like when they first see him like walk up on camera and he just stands there and his eyes like going to the side of it, you're like, what the fuck? Well,
and technically, if you read the book, we've never had an actor as tall as the monster is supposed to be in the book.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be 8 foot tall in the book, right? So
that'd be so wild to see that actually done right.
I mean, so the closest we've gotten is actually the real Dracula versus Frankenstein. That actor was 7'4".
Damn! You heard of the lost Dracula film, Dracula versus Batman?
Yes.
Oh, dude! I love that fucking movie, man. I remember when that movie premiered.
I love that movie.
It's like Lost right now or something. Like, wait, are you talking about the animated film or like the Lost film?
Wait, I'm talking about the animated film.
That was a good one too. That was a good one too.
There's a Lost Dracula versus Batman.
Yeah,
I believe it was directed by Andy Warhol.
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Yeah.
The fuck?
What the hell? That probably was an acid trip of a movie.
Well, I mean, it's Lost right now. Like they said, there's only existing some shots from it, in, like a poster, and in other kind of ideas of Lost film, there's actually a Lost Toho film called Godzilla versus the Wolfman, and it was made actually in house without permission by some people.
Well, I know like Toho has a Frankenstein character who's just
Yeah,
like
they
the
do.
fat
It's
man.
so weird.
Yeah,
It's so strange.
it's like actually King Kong versus Godzilla, the '64 one, was actually supposed to be Frankenstein versus Godzilla. So that's why King Kong has magical electrical powers in that one, because he
They're
was
like,
supposed
oh,
to be
we already shot it. Let's use it.
Uh-huh.
No, the thing about it though, War of the Gargantuans is basically a sequel to that Frankenstein film because basically, I think some flesh or hair goes into the ocean or something, and it creates two of these like opposite sea Frankensteins. They call them. They look like Sasquatches.
This man just fucking decked Barbara in the face. He's like, "Calm down, woman." Holy fuck!
We have to get Johnny.
You're being sporadic. Now sit down here and take a nap on this couch. Like what the fuck?
Dwayne Jones really was a good actor.
Oh, he was.
I mean, I have not. I think I've seen some of his other stuff he did, but like, it's not as good as. You could just tell that guy was classically trained as a stage actor. So.
Well, he was.
Mm-hmm.
No, like just the thing about Night though is just that sort of opened my idea of what you can do with like a low budget film because there's so much you can do with like your own kind of types of low budget filmmaking. It's basically like a canvas. You just got to paint your own ideas out there with the lowest amount possible.
Well, the thing is, if somebody took like the opportunities that Night of the Living Dead and even Evil Dead did, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they shot Evil Dead. They shot Evil Dead just by like contacting doctors and like real estate agents, just wherever they could get the money, they did it. And
they're just
and
like,
the funny thing is,
we're
like,
making this film.
And the funny thing is, like, Bruce Campbell later admitted that they actually never paid off any of their investors for the movie.
I bet they could pay it off now with what Evil Dead's turned into.
Well, the funny thing is because they said that don't worry about it. They just enjoyed the movie so much. So
they're like, oh yeah, just take this for free. We know this is gonna be a big asset.
But it's doctors, so doctors could probably make that money back in how
they
many
could.
days,
Honestly, they could. Like the thing with the film that I've been working on for a couple of years, and Nate can tell you, I've talked his ear off constantly about this film idea.
It's brilliant.
And,
I can't.
I wouldn't really say it's brilliant. It's just like a weird kind of throwback to the old 80s slashers, a little bit of heart in it. My actual profile pic right here is actually the mask that I converted into the character that I wrote, and it is definitely a lot of inspirations from multiple things. Not even really horror films, just whatever kind of dragged my mind through the dirt, as you would say, or the primordial blood of the characters. It's just what you do with it.
I'm telling you, man, once you release that, it'll be freaking big.
Well, the thing about it, though, man, is just I'm wanting to kind of get a good budget for it, so it'll be like, actually kind of coherently made. I don't want to make like a pile of shit.
I'm reading.
It won't be, dude. You're putting a lot of passion into it.
I'm reading the chat. Grande, Yao Ming should play the monster.
Jesus.
Well, if we're going to go for an actual adaptation of how tall he is in the book, even Yao Ming is not tall enough.
Yeah.
He's 7'6". I mean,
damn, almost 8 foot tall.
Well, that's how tall. that's how tall he's supposed to be in the book. He's in the book. Dracula's supposed to be 6'5", I believe, but in the book, the monster is supposed to be 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
Well, did you said you made the profile pic you have, Blood?
Yeah, like I took like some like masks from like Trick or Treat Studios and some like Spirit of Halloween. I sort of mishmashed them into one big sculpture. I have some of the poster tests that I made. I might send if you guys want to see it later, but just hit me up. But basically, I've been trying to make a film for a couple years that has like a slasher who actually wins in the end. Like, there's a lot of movies where like slashers, do their goal and stuff, but I want to kind of show like the kind of nature of somebody who's been basically trained into a monster.
One thing I had an idea for, okay, in slasher movies, it's if you have a final girl, it's always the goody girl,
Yeah.
I said, You know what? We need to have the promiscuous cheerleader girl show some love too as a final girl.
Oh no, oh definitely. Like the main character of the film that I've been making is a girl, and she's like, riddled with depression, and she has had like a horrible upbringing, and like she sort of like somewhat falls head over heels for this monster, this like creature that's like mutated from birth, sort of like a Elephant Man meets fucking, I don't know, Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know what to mean by that. Sort of like a really weird sort of Texas Chainsaw fetus type thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm definitely getting some Cropsy from the Burning vibes from your picture as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like old
like
Anton. Old Anton the Mutilator.
I mean, so yeah, that was an idea that I had. Like, okay, have the that girl in high school that you're like, every guy loves her. I mean, she's like the head cheerleader. She's gotten around, and everybody knows it in high school. I mean, that's what I think we should have in a slasher movie. And because I'm like, I mean, I'm getting kind of tired of the cliche, the goody girl.
Same.
Being the lead. The maybe the cute nerdy girl, but like,
yeah.
And because not all the promiscuous girls in high school are like how they were portrayed in slasher movies. Not all of them that were a bunch of bitches. Some of them were just little stuck-up teenagers, but not bitches.
Yeah, basically. No, the thing about it though, like with the cast and stuff I've wrote for this film, they're sort of like they kind of deserve to die, honestly.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of wrote them as. Like they're sort of like just assholes.
Well, I even when I was writing the script though for that, okay, just so people will argue that she's a Mary Sue, I actually named the character Mary Sue because that sounded like a very promiscuous name to me.
That will knock them down a peg.
People actually commented. So people actually say, she's a Mary Sue. I'm like, yeah, she is.
Her name is Mary Sue. What do you
exactly.
expect?
Like I was just thought that would be so funny.
And here's her sister, Mary Jane.
Well, see, I just thought it'd be so funny.
She smokes a lot of Mary Jane.
Just to basically troll people on the internet, like with that one, just because it's just like there are people on the internet who won't get that. Like they're rubbing it in our face. It's a Mary Sue and everything. Like,
I mean, there's some people who watch films and stuff that can't get the shit into their heads. Like you gotta sometimes when they're like, yeah, it's not supposed to be that way. You gotta beat it for their fucking skulls and say, this is how I made this. If you don't like it, then fuck off and leave. Basically.
Yeah, and so, but I would just be like, that was the joke with it. I named.
Yeah, and, I like that actually. It's really cool.
It was, and because I know because the rules of slash movie, people would sit there and say how she's a Mary Sue,
Hey, in my ideas of horror, my ideas though is sometimes you got to break rules in horror to make something new.
Exactly, because like the only way to make that work is you show her she's promiscuous, and then like maybe she goes to the bathroom or something, and then the guy gets killed. Like she's never there.
She just comes back and she's fine.
And then she sits there. Wait, and so she sits there.
Hey guys.
So she's more like. It was more psychological because like every time this girl, does the deed, they get killed. So it's like a psychological thriller more for her because it's like what's going on,
Yeah. Fuck, Nate's doing like auditions for Pain Chapter 2.
So
blood, Nathan.
Oh my goodness. I gotta change my pants real quick. I gotta go change my underwear real quick. I'll be right back.
He's blasphemy mastered all over the place.
I mean, so yeah, I mean, and one thing that I've been even telling people on the channel too, and channels too. One thing that I would love to see, because the script is out there, you can print off the script on the internet. Yeah. I would love to see somebody do a remake of London After Midnight, the lost Lon Chaney film.
Oh, Don't even get me started on that, man.
Bro,
Like,
I
that
swear,
film
I
is, like,
feel like that movie's out there somewhere. It has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be a
it
copy of
has
that
to
movie out
be.
there.
Well, the thing about it, though, it actually inspired a real life murder when it was out,
I think so. Yeah, I heard about that, dude.
Yeah,
and they say it had a curse to it.
Well, and that actually kind of goes back into it because people have always thought that because he says how it never inspired the murder. The guy was just actually psycho, and he actually said,
Yeah.
it inspired me to do it. And ever since then, people have always been blaming media for causing them to be like that. But at the end of the day, no, dude, you're just a psycho. So.
Well, the thing about it, though, is, like, media isn't really a guidebook for damning ourselves, basically. And the thing about it is, more in a way of people can blame anything, and, like, sometimes it's either the chicken or the egg, you know what I mean?
I feel
Sometimes
like
people are born monsters.
Oh, exactly. I feel like Scream said it best. Movies don't make psychos; they just make them more creative.
I love Scream. Scream is like a masterpiece.
Corn
Exactly.
syrup.
They hit the nail
Same
on
thing
the
used for
head.
blood and carry.
Hey, I've been looking. I have been. I mean, even my little part I can do in Kansas to find it. I haven't found any.
That's
film
I think
reels
she
yet.
wants a motive.
I haven't found
My
any
parents
film
are gonna
reels
be
yet,
so
but,
mad
like,
at me.
I would love to see somebody do a remake of London After Midnight based on the original script. And
I would love to do it. It would just be so hard to pull off the vampire because of, like, Lon Chaney was, like, one of a kind.
Yeah,
bro, that look of that vampire, bro.
Yeah, like, I wanted to do like a parody of that for, like, a horror review show, something like Sven Gulli or Killer Theater, and I had this kind of comedic vampire character based directly off that called Count McVlad, and he was going to be like just this weird sort of horror host you see on the 80s or something.
Yeah.
But
cool.
like the way you do that makeup though would be so hard because he put literally like monocle lenses into his eyeballs. Like he put them behind his eyelids. That's what kept his eyes open so wide.
Oh my goodness.
No, just think about trying to do that makeup. It would be easier with like appliances nowadays. But like, God, think of what he had to do for that, and it's basically lost now. So basically, he made that effort for basically nothing. But you could argue that that look is kind of iconic. You can see that with the rest of the classic Universal monsters.
Mm-hmm.
That vampire is like one of a kind looking.
And like I mean, yes, and for the sake of argument, yes, I already know they remade it with Mark of the Vampire.
Yeah.
With Bela Lugosi, but like the fact is,
it just makes you want to itch and see it more, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but by the fact that we're probably, to be honest, like, who knows where it is, and if somebody actually does have a private collection, either they're just being kind of greedy, or they don't know they have it. You know what I mean?
I remember just some old man be like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell some stuff in a, basically a yard sale." Then he pulls out these huge canisters, and it's just a bunch of like lost films.
That's actually happened before. It's a funny thing.
They found the like the full version of Metropolis once that had been actually shown to a lot of people, and they didn't know they were watching the full version.
Yeah, like the 4-hour version of Metropolis.
Yeah, some guy literally had it in his attic, and like they'd been showing it at like drive-ins and stuff for years, and then that's how they made like the full, entire, complete Blu-ray edition. They couldn't salvage like 2 scenes of it. There's 2 scenes they couldn't salvage, but like it's 99% complete, basically.
Yeah, but like, I actually like that would be so funny if somebody has actually been showing London After Midnight for years.
I mean, back in the day, a lot of those movies were in private collections, so I'm pretty sure, like, what if somebody just forgot to tell their great-grandchild they had this movie and it's just sitting somewhere? Like, I don't know. I have a feeling it's not lost because there's screenshots of it. I'm like, if there's screenshots from it, there's something out there because you can't just get screenshots from no footage. Like, there's some.
Though there might have been
gotta be something.
There might have been just like reels they had left or like cut reels and such. But like, I do agree with you, man. Like, there's one film that I'm always thinking that's the main horror, like basically holy grail of horror in my opinion, and that is the unmade film All American Massacre by basically William Hoover. I think that's his name.
Believe it or
Like,
not, though, like Nosferatu was lost until the 30s,
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
so that could have been
And-
lost.
You want to know the really funny thing with lost films? If you actually find it, you can actually legally buy the rights to the lost film. And
I think you
distribute
should be able to. You went out and did the hard part.
Uh-huh. Well, no, that you can actually, like, because that one guy who had the complete cut of Metropolis, when they found it and everything, he owns the rights to that version of Metropolis,
That's wild.
and like he's been, I mean, he managed to make a lot of money for his family.
I can tell because, like, when you have a film that's actually basically
Boobies!
cultural.
Sorry.
But I mean, when you have a film in your collection that's culturally like that, and that's such a film of an aptitude, then you basically kind of have the rights because the people who made it are long gone, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been trying to. I haven't had much luck finding old film reels, but like I've been since they're in private collections, a lot of them. Like I've been trying my luck to find them in Kansas, here. So
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing's impossible because, like, the right people go to Goodwills nowadays. You go up to, like, San Francisco or some places, some thrift shops, and I mean, people have found weirder things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know a guy he found an actual prop from Ghostbusters, like a resin head of one of the terror dogs that was actually used to make the masks for the creatures.
Oh, cool. And
he sold that he sold that pretty well. Like, I don't know what the details was of it, but like he just found it there and bought it, and I was like, holy crap, they actually used that in the movie.
Yeah. Well, like my dad is always into going into places and finding, like, he's really into old vintage speakers, but I'm more into like finding the old film stuff that some people have,
Same.
Because like if I see somebody that has film reels, I'm gonna be telling my dad, 'cause sometimes people don't know what they have.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'd be like telling my dad, we gotta get this. This actually might be worth something, But like with our, like, and the thing is, some of those are more well preserved than what they are in Hollywood standards.
Yeah.
Because like, how many lost films have we actually gotten that aren't technically lost, but the original versions are lost?
There's a lot of, like, different takes and different edits that are actually still out there, but like, the original source film is, basically by any means missing, but they could always turn up. You know what I mean? Basically in today's, like, climate, like, people with, like, lost media searches, like, I mentioned that film earlier about, the film I wanted to see, All American Massacre. If you've ever heard about that, that was a standalone Chop Top film, like, from Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah.
They actually shot a lot of it.
Yeah,
but like they can't show it.
Yeah, well, and it was going to have Buckethead as.
Oh, it was. Yeah, definitely. I'm a huge Buckethead fan.
It was going to have Buckethead as Leatherface, and he was going to do the score.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Buckethead was in the suit a little bit, but I think one of the production designers was actually mainly in the suit for some of the scenes that was released. But I still love to think that there's a cut out there somewhere. I know that, the son of Tobe Hooper has a copy of it, but he probably can't release it due to, like, licensing issues. Like, Bill Moseley, the guy who plays Chop Top, wanted to actually buy the character pretty soon so the film could be shown. Somehow,
Right.
Sony owns Chop Top. I don't know how that's possible.
What?
Yeah,
No.
Sony owns Chop Top.
No. That's not a. Well, that might be interesting.
I mean, I don't know how they would have got the rights to it. It could have been through, like, rights holding or movements during, like, the Texas Chainsaw films. But, basically, whoever has those rights has the right to anything.
Okay, wait, can't.
I want to see Chop Top fight Spider-Man now. This has got to happen.
Okay, Canon released Texas Chainsaw 2, right? So
Yeah, I think so.
that would. When did
Fuck.
some of the Canon films? Because that would would mainly be MGM that would own a lot of Canon material.
But they
But it
don't
was like in
own the film, June. They own Chop Top. They own the one character.
Well, like, the thing about it, though, I think I read this interview, like, back in, I think it was like 2016 or something, and like Bill Moseley had like offhandedly mentioned that like he was sold to like Sony or something, like he was in sort of like some sort of library type thing, and he was wanting to like if the people wanted to, he was actually going to try to set up a Kickstarter to actually buy the character rights for himself.
I would love a standalone Chop Top movie. I would.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I mean, the thing is, if you use the right makeup, I think, I mean, I know it's been 20 years since they actually shot that movie.
Yeah.
But I think if you use the right makeup, it could still work,
I think it would be fun. I know there are 2 different versions, and one of the actors is dead, but I would have loved... Oh, that's fucking dope, dude! That's fucking awesome!
Radio airtime. No, Will.
That's badass.
It's like the best thing ever.
Non-flashbacks.
Non-flashback.
Vietnam flashback.
Get that
Vietnam
bitch.
flashback.
Yeah. Leatherface, you ruined my Sonny Bono wig. Oh.
I remember whenever, I don't know why this scene always cracked me up, but whenever she's pulling the chainsaw away from the grandma, you killed her, you hog bitch.
I love it.
I like that movie better than the original. I'm sorry.
Oh, same. Like, definitely.
It's great.
Like, I got a poster of that above my bed.
Yeah, I agree too. So
Part 2 is amazing, dude. Like the first
Jim
3.
That was amazing.
Oh, dude, I watched the first 3 all the time. Like all the time. Like I love the first 3 movies so much.
I'm the Lord of the Harvest. What's that?
What is that?
Some new health food
New
book?
health food group?
I love that.
well, the even the original cut of Texas, The Next Generation is not the original cut.
Oh, don't get me started on The Next Generation.
Boo! No, I'm just playing.
I literally set that film on fire. I'm not lying. I bought a DVD just to set it on fire.
I want to check out. I think the Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre cut is on YouTube. So
yeah,
I mean, check
no,
that out.
No disrespect to anybody who made that film, but like, come on, don't get Kim Hinkle to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. That movie was literally the studio cut of that movie. But like,
Yeah,
if you really think about it, it's like,
what the fuck does Leatherface?
What are they
have
trying to do
with
with
the
that
Illuminati?
yeah.
What the fuck did he have to do with the Illuminati? That's what I'm wondering.
How stupid it is. You sit the fuck down. You shut the fuck up.
No, like seriously, if that was a *74 Leatherface, he would have grabbed her arms off and ripped them off.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Like '74 Leatherface, he was kind of like he was like an animal, man. He was like an animal,
That's what sort of like really like inspired the character of Anton that I wrote for the Pale-Faced Mutilator. He's literally not doing these to be evil. He was just raised this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's just doing it's almost by like memory. It's just he's done it so many times. Like
you ever seen Texas Chainsaw 3D? When they had the cop there and like he was gonna they were gonna come out and give him Leatherface. Do you think that would have actually held up in a court? Because if you think about it, they actually kind of did trespass on their helm.
It might be. I'm not a big fan of that movie, but like,
me neither.
Who knows, man? Like, someone broke into someone's house and sued.
Yeah,
the
and it's
people
Texas.
won,
it's Texas, basically. They shoot before they ask questions.
Yeah. So who don't like? They might have been able to get away with that shit.
I want to see a cut of that. I want to see a cut where they actually pulled Leatherface into court, and this is actually legally just for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, the thing is, my weird thing about Chainsaw is I like Leatherface enough, but I don't really watch Texas Chainsaw for Leatherface. Like, it's cool to have him there, but I watch for the family. I like to see what members of the family, what new versions. Like, my favorite is the beginning, because I like the family in that, and I love Arlie Ermey in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, what I would like to see, though, is maybe... I know they already did a prequel to the remake, but what I would like to see, do something completely different. Make a prequel, but make it about Grandpa.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I love Grandpa.
like set
Well,
it.
I told Nate this once. Like, I had this idea for a Texas Chainsaw script that would actually end the entire series. Like, you couldn't make a sequel of the film I would make.
Well, so you set like what Grandpa? Okay, in the first movie, he's supposed to be 100 and.
Yeah, he's like 100 and something.
100 and. It's like, I want to say 110 or something like that.
Yeah, that's wild.
So like you could make it. Think about it this way: you could like make a horror movie based in Texas, like in the 18 somethings.
Yeah, because he would have been alive that long, right?
And like you could just totally make it, some horror movie that we really have never seen before, like just basically a killer on. Because I think they I remember them saying that he made Grandpa made his money off of oil and everything.
Yeah.
Like basically you would have a horror movie version, if you think about it, a horror movie version of There Will Be Blood.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the weird thought that came to me. I would like to see a little mini film based on Chop Top's time in Vietnam.
Hell yeah, man, dude. Because I want to see what made Chop Top kick. Like what? Because he was already raised fucked up, obviously, if he came from the soybeans. But dude, like,
well, him and Nubbins were actually like, the hitchhiker were basically born attached to each other's faces. That's why they have the scar on the side.
Oh shit! I did not know that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was always cool because they're basically twins. And if you think about it, Chop Top said he took a machete to the head or something, and they put a plate in his head or something. But like, just think of how he would have been in the army. Would he have been like this kind of like character that was actually kind of chill before he got the plate in his head, or would like the machete had gave him sort of brain damage or something? That's why the way he acts or something.
Yeah, like it's interesting because like Nubbins is fucking crazy, but like Chop Top is like Nubbins on fucking acid. Like,
lick my plate, you dog dick.
Well, and let's face it, I'm pretty sure Chop Top in his day maybe took some LSD too. So.
He probably would have. He's like a hippie, basically.
Well, one thing that I know they don't have done this independently, but like one thing I would really like to see is an actual movie based on Ed Gein. Like I know they did one with Stephen Railsback and Kane Hodder, but those aren't like.
Yeah, they're just sort of based around it, not really about it.
But like in my mind, I have the perfect person who I could really see as Ed Gein. A lot of people have to agree with me. I said get Emilio Estevez.
Oh.
What the heck? Work. That's like throws me off, but I'm curious at the same time. Like Emilio Estevez, but could Emilio pull it off?
Look at Ed Gein, though. Look at Ed Gein.
Emilio.
Look how the way Ed Gein looks. Emilio kind of looks like the way he does a little bit, but like Ed Gein was not, he was kind of just built, like that. We've all seen him before, like the short handyman.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know people like that in my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing about Ed Gein, though, is before they found out he was murdering women, he was just kind of the lonely, odd guy that lived alone, but he was very helpful. He would help everyone. He was very nice.
That's the scariest part right there.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is I would just tell Emilio to play it, just like a normal guy.
Get Walking Phoenix to do it instead.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
That'd be weird. God, Walking Phoenix is that game.
Bro, Kane Hodder actually played Ed Gein in a movie.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I thought it was strange because Kane Hodder, when I thought of Ed Gein, I didn't think of Kane Hodder at all, but he
big bodybuilder.
I really liked it.
Well, and then Michael Berryman is in that movie too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Playing an actual guy because there was I can't remember who his name was. Because there was an actual guy who helped Ed Gein like dig up the bodies and everything.
Yeah.
And
did they ever catch him?
No, he went missing.
You wonder why?
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, thank you for helping me dig up these bodies. Can you follow me to Woodshed for a second?
But like, think about like,
You like head cheese?
You like that cheese?
but yeah, I just see like that's what I think what should be just I mean,
I
Emilio
can see
has,
him
let's
doing it.
face it, has kind of had a bit of a comeback with
Yeah.
that new Mighty Duck series. Which say what you want about that, but so like if you all of a sudden can afford him to do the small independent Ed Gein movie.
Ed Gein, Howard the Duck.
I would watch.
The creepiest thing about it, though, like Ed Gein, it's kind of like proven to you, like it's like speculated. There's not actually evidence of it. Like him and his brother were like in a fire or something when they were kids, and he was the only one who came out. So
they weren't kids. They what ended up happening was his brother, because his brother, it was the family farm. They lived on the family farm for years. And
yeah,
go get married because the mom was kind of the mom was crazy.
yeah.
And the theory is that Ed killed his brother because they found they were using rifles and they found the marks on his brother's head that matched like the butt of the rifles.
God.
But like they because that was the weird part that even police
Number 15.
Yeah.
Police were like at that time were like, well, this is odd because they said that, oh, my brother's missing there and there's a fire in the field.
Yeah.
But then like he could direct it right to his body.
That's kind of sketchy. What else we found out about it? You know what I mean?
So like they do suspect that he killed his brother.
Yeah, like I don't know. I heard on a documentary a couple years ago or something. It was like, yeah, the children, they were in a fire and one of them came out or something. It must have just been like something I heard else. I don't know. I thought they were kids whenever his brother died, but like, yeah, that is suspicious how they found actual gun butt marks on his head.
Yeah.
So I kind of think he did kill his brother.
Yeah. I mean,
It's basically
okay. Like I don't
right there.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I know hunting accidents happen.
I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm going to use the restroom.
Yeah.
That's why you don't go camping with Dick Cheney.
Yeah, I know hunting accidents happen.
Yeah.
Where you shoot them, but I don't know many hunting accidents that happen where you sit there and hit somebody with the butt of the rifle.
I thought you were a duck. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of that Family Guy sketch right there where he's just like Peter's a Dick Cheney. He just starts shooting the hell out of him. He's like, "Sorry, I thought you were a deer." He just shoots him like 5 fucking times straight to the body, and he just like falls over for like 1 second. You see him like silent. And he's like, "Sorry, I thought you were a deer."
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, they're bringing out the TV now on this movie.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, I tell people, I really do I tell people that all the time that I think Emilio Estevez could be a really good Ed Gein. They're like,
He could.
They sit there and puzzle it. It's the real funny thing, and then like I could see it.
I could too.
And like
Estevez is a good actor, man. People underestimate Estevez, but he's
Yeah.
Oh, he is. He is.
well, and plus, I mean, and if you do that movie right, I mean, I don't, know, but like the hope is that like if you do that movie right, at least you could probably get Emilio at least an Oscar nomination, because
He probably could if he does it right. You know what I mean?
And because I always liked Emilio better than Charlie, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I agree.
because Emilio, like, I don't know if it was like Emilio had like better stage presence or what it was, but like he had a certain thing about him,
Yeah.
And Charlie just looks like a thug,
Yeah, he kind of does.
because he is pretty much. So
I want another Killer Clowns movie.
they
That
were
would be fun.
I think they were gonna make one, but
Yeah, Disney owns them basically now. That's the messed up part. They actually do own Killer Clowns now.
And considering they own 75% of Hollywood right now.
Yeah, no, basically, well, I think they actually were going to make a Killer Clowns TV series on Sci-Fi, but like since Fox was bought up, because I think Fox owned them, and basically the mouse now owns the alien clowns.
It'll be on Disney Plus.
Boys are back in town.
Like hell it would.
Well, dude, someone, I don't know if this is true because I couldn't find it, but
Boys
someone,
are back
I
in town.
watched the Fly on Disney Plus. I'm like, how the fuck did you watch The Fly on Disney Plus? Like, I don't know.
On Disney comes Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the musical.
I would watch that shit. I love musicals, man. I would watch that shit.
Starring Johnny Depp.
I have Disney Plus, but I don't pay for it. It's still my mom's account, so technically I don't have it, but I do have it.
Yeah. Nate, are you killing somebody over there?
Trench, I'm like
Oh
100% certain that The Fly is not on Disney Plus.
My room smells like lavender now.
I never said it was. I'm just saying someone claimed it was. I looked for it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But they were like, I watched it on there, and I'm like,
my room smells beautiful.
So, Nate, are you spraying your room because you did some really good business in the bathroom?
Yeah, kind of followed me back.
He saw them chipmunks and he couldn't resist.
Wait. Just be clear, Nate. You did not shard, right?
I'll never tell.
Oh, Rocky!
Oh my gosh!
Rocky! Fucking love Rocky Horror.
So
top 15 dumps in the bathroom.
Top $15.
Nate, watch out for the ghoulies.
Oh God!
Oh, the ghoulies!
Yo, I have to say, Ghoulies Go to College is the best film ever made.
dude, I love that movie too.
I'm just joking.
Dude, no, but I actually do love that movie. It's my favorite of the movies.
I need to watch it again.
You know,
yo, have you all seen the early posters that had a Ghoulies 1? Like, it looks like a kid's film. It looks like a kid's film. It literally does, because like you literally see this girl in a fucking cornfield with the ghoulies, and they're just standing there. It looks like she's smiling at them, and I'm like, what was this? Was this like an entirely different film? Oh, we lose somebody?
Yeah. You know, one idea I actually did have on how they could I can never pronounce it. But somebody in the chat brought up Phantasm.
Hell yeah.
I actually had an idea on how they could actually continue without Angus Scrimm.
That'd be kind of hard.
Okay.
What
if they took a note from Doctor Who? Just say that, you know, the tall man regenerated.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
So, like, just take a note from Doctor Who that it's still, like, it's a different tall man, but it's still the same tall man. Sort of like how the Doctor is. It's still the same character, but it's a different Doctor.
It could work, but it would be like basically a big pair of shoes to fill, basically.
I'd say get the Undertaker.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Just get.
I want to do a remake of Critters. Like, actually make it fucking good.
Yeah.
No, like make a continuation. Like, you know how they did like the recent film. You ever seen Critters or anything?
I've seen all the Critters movies, and
oh, definitely. I got a poster of it right now in my room. I love it.
Oh, Critters is dope.
I love you know, personally, I love some of those, like, those movies that they did, like, in order to compete with Gremlins, the Critters, Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Like, there was a few others.
Munchies.
I love Munchies.
I haven't seen Munchies, but I like how the first one's a horror movie, and then there's like a sequel about one of the Munchies being a good, and they turned it into like a comedy.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, I think that sounds dope. I'd check that out.
Fucking Ghoulies Go to College too, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Like,
Trench.
I'll direct it. I'll do it.
Yeah, Trench.
What?
Did you ever see that there's a... I cannot remember the name of it. I saw it once on YouTube. It's not there anymore. But your favorite movie is Goonies, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you ever see... There was a it was a 80s Goonies ripoff. And it's basically, I believe it was like a made-for-TV movie version of the Goonies. I can't
I'd
remember.
watch that shit.
Did it have like a monster in it or something, like with the monster in the bathrooms?
I don't know. I can't remember the name of it because it was on YouTube once. And
Was it like a fat kid who got his arms ripped off by a fly?
Dude, no, that's fucking the Willies. That's
yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about. Like the Willies was such a weird film.
Oh yeah, but you got
Willie.
Sean Ashton in there.
Yeah, they eat a rat in the first part. The rat's in the fucking KFC bucket.
Mm-hmm.
This is
A woman
hospitality. You're pissing on hospitality, and I won't allow it.
A woman puts a poodle inside of a microwave.
Yeah, loosen my belt so I don't feel hunger pains.
What are you doing, Dad? Listen to my belt so I don't feel hunger pains.
You're pissing on hospitality, and I won't allow it.
I could do that. I could do that scream for that film, but my parents are asleep right now. I was gonna go, "Oh my god!"
What did he say to his kid? He's like, "When I was a kid, I didn't have these luxuries," or something like that.
Oh, that's great.
I love Jesus Ghost Grandpa, who just has magical Jesus powers. And
Yeah.
he can freeze time and shit. Like,
I don't know, that the movie The Willies really like freaked me out when I saw it when I was like 7. It was just so weird.
it's a good movie, man. Like, I like the story with the janitor, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that's cool. That one was freaky.
Hell yeah.
The ending where the dad comes out and he's actually the same creature, and that kid's just smiling while he eats his friends.
Yeah, man. Like fucking asshole Sean Ashton over here.
Yeah. I got fucking Ice Cream Man, Clint Howard. I like that one too.
Oh, I've never seen that. I've heard
It
good
is so
things.
weird, but it kind of hits it all for me. I don't know why. It's just the director only did porn before he did this one horror movie, and literally, he was funded by porn. It's funny, and like
I'd watch that.
you look at his IMDb, and it's like Ice Cream Man. There's like something like I don't know, a shit ton of like really disgusting sounding films, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch the rest of that director's filmography. I'm just gonna stick to Ice Cream Man, thank you.
I'm just gonna stick to Ice Cream Man.
Well, I mean, it's just so weird. Like it's like a kid's movie. They basically have a thin kid playing a fat kid. They put a pillow in his shirt, and it's basically a thin kid playing a fat kid, and his name is Tuna.
That's fucking awesome.
And supposedly the reason why the Ice Cream Man starts killing people is because he saw a drive-by of an ice cream man, and he's like, "Oh, bring me ice cream now." And I'm like, what the hell?
the real funny thing, we actually had a fat kid in my class that was his nickname, Tuna.
Oh my god!
And the funny thing is, like, now that kid is like he was like, the best way to describe him, he was a lot like Chris Farley.
Yeah, that's awesome.
and now the funny thing is, he's a teacher now.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, we're off that name, man.
But it was funny because I remember he got in trouble in school once because the teacher left to go refill her water jug.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, like, we were watching. Actually, it's a movie with Hilary Swank where she plays Alice Paul, which she was a person pushing for women to vote in the 1920s to sort of continue on what Susan B. Anthony did.
Yeah.
But there's all of a sudden there's like this kissing scene, and he starts humping the air as it starts.
Hell
like,
yeah.
This teacher was like one that like, it was like the teacher like you would have to do something like very bad for her to give you attention. She just kind of sits there, like covers her eyes and just goes straight to her desk. As he's just humping the air.
Hell yeah, turn to ride that donkey. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think what else it was. You know, if you have an 80s horror movie, you have to have the fat kid. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, the fat kid is essential. And
Yeah, he is.
Kid movie.
My name is Horace. Monster Squad.
I mean, come on, they even have a fat kid in Stranger Things.
Hell yeah.
And he's
representing.
And he's the best actor of all of them. And
He
not
is, honestly.
He is one. Yeah, those kids, yeah.
I want another Monster Squad. I know it's like really like underrated.
Hey Trench, I haven't found the movie yet, but there's here's one for you. It's called Goonie Boys and the Curse of the Lion Coin, released in 2014.
I'd watch that shit.
And it looks they even used the Goonies logo.
Hey Mikey,
I don't think it's that.
Give me a slobbery kiss.
Like, I only saw this like once on YouTube, and I don't even know if it's there anywhere because I just remember typing in Goonies ripoff, and it was one of the first ones that came up. But it was like basically like, you know, back in the day how they would make like TV movies based on theatrical movies.
Yeah.
Like they did one for Towering Inferno.
Yeah.
That's basically what this was.
And they did one for Outsiders too.
That was
on Nickelodeon.
That was actually a sequel.
Oh, was?
Uh-huh.
Wait, are you talking about That Was Then, This Is Now? Because that's not a sequel, but that's in the same universe as The Outsiders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's based off the book.
No, I mean, like in the 90s or something, there was like a TV series made, and it's like, it's kind of low budget, but it was like, it kind of kept the general idea, you know what I mean?
And it's called The Outsiders, right?
Yeah, I think it's like Outsiders, a series or something.
Yeah, they
did a TV show, yeah.
That's a sequel.
Oh, I need to look that up some more later. I don't know, I look up weird, like, pilots and stuff.
You can watch it, you can watch the entire series on YouTube for free.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll check that out later.
And Billy Bob Thornton is in it in one of his first roles.
Hell yeah.
Playing
I am to kill you.
He basically just plays the typical Billy Bob Thornton role.
Yeah, basically.
Drunk.
Send the dumb man, he's the boy. Porno Fowler. I still love Sling Blade.
I think it's that.
I've never seen that one, Sling Boy.
It's wild. It's wild, man.
That's a hell of a movie right there.
It is pretty good.
Oh, we lost good. I'll probably rejoin. Probably just internet stuff.
You know, the funny thing is, Billy Bob Thornton was going to be in he was one of the choices for Forrest Gump, and he turned it down to do Sling Blade.
Really?
Yeah. Which, just imagine, I like Billy Bob Thornton, but like imagining him as you know, as
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be weird, actually. I'd be interested to see how you play that.
Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. And I said, yes, it is.
Wrong roll. Wrong roll.
Mama said my life.
Believe it or not, this guy right here in this scene, this news reporter, is the father to the lead chick in Day of the Dead. That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I never knew that. I was like, that's her father?
You know,
Wait, what scene are you at, Nate?
I'm at the part where, okay, so the two younger people blew up in the car, and right now they're watching
right there,
the TV.
I'm getting right there.
You know, the newscaster is that he was a famous horror host in Pittsburgh. At the
Yeah,
time.
Chili Theater.
Chili Billy.
yeah. That's the girl from Day of the Dead. That's her father.
Yeah,
It's great.
That's just nuts. This movie, man. This movie also is a big inspiration for me making that show right now because I look at it and I go, man, this movie had a $0 budget and they were able to pull off a lot of great stuff with a little budget.
I can't wait to see it, man.
Man, I know I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's got to go through the editing process real quick, but we've shot everything today. We shot for like
Heck yeah, man.
4 hours. So
I'm still offering, man. You need any extras? I'll be happy to come on down there.
I got you, bro. I got you. I definitely want to get you involved somehow, some way.
Dude, that'd be dope.
I'll play a really good fat zombie for you.
I had an idea if you can find a mask that you could use to be a butcher infected person. Like, that'd be really cool.
I'd do it, man. I'll play a woman, I'll play a man, I'll play whatever you want me to.
Identify as a unicorn.
I identify as a chipmunk. I don't
Shit.
know, like,
This is classic,
I'm all
man.
about helping people with, like, their projects, because, like, you know, I want to help out the little guy making their films.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
I know, like, the Pale-Faced Mutilator, I'm wanting to, like, make that on, like, VHS and DVD for people, like, just people who are, like, die hard to, like, media collecting.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to put, like, a little personal thank you note for each one and, you know, give a poster to somebody.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. I hope you get to do it, because it's like, you know, people
definitely.
should to bring their visions to life.
It's just going to be really, like, cheesy, though. Like, I just love the kind of cheesy films, too, because that kind of gives people more of the initiative to want to, you know, see how the effects are done and might, you know, invite them to the filmmaking process.
Oh, dude, cheesy is the best. My friend Apple, she does a little horror host show where we watch like movies together on live stream, and then she'll edit it and put the movie on a screen and show us all watching it, kind of like a riff track or a Spenguli. And I
Oh, that's
found
awesome.
yeah, I found a lot of cool cheesy films for that. Like,
Me and John, you know, John Grande, we've been talking about a film idea about a killer laundromat for a long time, and I would love to do that.
Yeah. He's talked about that a lot before. Yeah. That sounds dope.
Well,
like I was like giving him ideas.
Yeah. Well, Trench and I haven't really talked about it too much, but like we had an idea for a killer hippo movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds wild.
I think it'd be cool to have like a killer hippo.
Well, because hippos are considered deadlier than, you know, crocodiles and everything else. So, but we like
the furries.
we've never gotten a killer hippo movie. So
that'd be really wild, though. That'd be like, you know, Jaws, but with a hippo.
Yeah.
But
that's actually a really cool concept.
Have y'all ever heard about this movie called Bunny the Killer Thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have.
That has like sequels too, like Killer Bunny Man in the sequel.
The Bunny Man Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I swear, bro, there's a fucking horror film for everything out there. I swear to God.
There is.
Well, hey,
there's one I've been wanting to. Wait, what, June?
Why don't you tell them about the movie we watched on Christmas?
You mean Santa Claus versus the Devil?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, Santa... Okay, so Santa lives in the sky in a palace with all his slave children from around the world. And he has to fight the devil from corrupting a child's soul. And it's a thing.
And
I always found this really creepy. How the zombie grabs the sickle thing and it stabs the mom. That's creepy.
Yeah.
But the real funny thing is,
that sound.
The real funny thing is, if the devil,
that's a great kill.
Now, if the devil fails, though, stopping Santa from delivering the presents, the devil has to eat chocolate ice cream as a punishment.
What?
Yes.
When was this film made?
1959.
50s.
It's a 50s movie.
Yes.
Yeah, from
What
Mexico.
Yes.
Like it's
That makes it
tricky.
better.
Like
And there's a
he like
sequel.
works with Merlin and like fucking I think Hercules. Like it's weird.
Yes.
Like, were the directors on crack when they made that?
Probably.
Hercules in New York.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been baked while making up some
and
horror
Trenchy's
ideas.
not seen it, but there's a sequel to the movie.
What?
There's a sequel to the movie. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. I saw it when I was 5 years old, and I watch it every Christmas.
Yeah. Well, no, that's actually a sequel.
It's so weird though. Like it's just like
Santa Claus coming to town.
Okay, can somebody
Santa Claus coming to town.
listen? I want to see somebody do that as a remake though. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
sign me up. Sign me up.
But what you do is you make it more badass. Like Santa sits there, like he makes Santa literally conquer Mars. You know?
It'd be
Fucking-
great.
Russian and shit like
Like
they did
Santa-
in fucking
yeah.
Guardians.
And that's how I have my elves. They're just a bunch of Martians.
And then Trench. There's even a third sequel.
What?
Oh my god.
I haven't even seen the Martian one. What the fuck else are they doing?
Well, there's Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny.
He
What
has
the
to
hell?
fight the Easter Bunny?
No, Santa gets trapped in Florida.
Wait, is this the one where the Easter Bunny's made out of Jello? That's what was awesome.
Yes. This
Trust
is
me,
an
you're
entire
in a
series.
treat when it comes to like Santa Claus versus the Martians. You are in for a treat.
I think we're going to be watching it for well, my friend does the Trash Picture Feeder. We're going to be watching it for that this December. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching the three bad Santa movies. So
It is so bad, but it's so good. I'm not lying. They have a guy in a cardboard robot suit, like a cardboard box.
Have y'all ever seen seen Feeders?
oh my
Feeders.
god.
Bro, Feeders is classic. I love
Yeah,
that movie.
dude. I love the director, Mark Polonia. I have almost all his films.
Oh, I've never even heard of it. It's called The Feeders?
Yeah, it's called Feeders, and honestly, the funny thing about this film,
Feeders
was,
2 Sleigh Bell. Santa Claus comes in and freaking helps them kill aliens and stuff. It's awesome.
it was the first thing with Feeders 1 though. It actually was the highest grossing movie rented at Blockbuster. I'm not shitting you. Feeders was.
Holy fuck.
And it was like blatantly a ripoff of a lot of things, but it had its own merit. You know what I mean? It's so like shot on video, like early digital alien movies with practical effects. I just love the cheesiness of the Polonia brothers.
Yeah.
Splatter Farm's still my favorite.
I love Splatter
they're-
Farm.
Yeah, it's so weird. I bought the box set version with the VHS tape and the DVD.
Although I think a really underrated low budget movie, I mentioned it earlier, was Scarecrow from 2002.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched it?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have. I know that they did, the Polonia Brothers did Camp Blood series, which is basically a Friday the 13th ripoff.
Yeah, that movie series I think has a giant box set out right now. It's pretty similar to the Friday the 13th set.
It's so weird.
Kind of similar looking design and everything, like to the art.
You gotta see the trailer to it. The trailer is just so much good.
So Nate, what battery percentage is your computer at since you can't find the plug-in?
We're at about 30 or 40%, so we got a little bit of time left. I'll let you guys know when it's getting super low. I'll have to end the stream, unfortunately, but you guys can still hang out in the back and talk. I'll have to charge my computer for a little bit, though, before I get back on.
Yeah.
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 Well, if we really want to, then maybe we could just have the plan to, just maybe set it up privately or something.
Yeah. But once we end it, you guys can just stay back here and still chat and talk and everything, and then I'll probably drop out for a while and charge my computer.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back on whenever it's charged again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you good, dude.
Man, Trench, I can't find that movie now. Like I'm actually looking for it right now, but like I don't, because the thing is, like, Google, it focuses on certain words,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like it's focusing on Goonies ripoff, so I get like Stranger Things and everything, so
Right.
but like I don't even know where to look, but it's basically a made for TV movie of the Goonies in the 1980s.
I'll find it somehow. I'll find it.
Yeah.
There's a will. There's a will.
I
But still dig the Cindy Lawford music video.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's my music video of all time.
I loved it.
Girls just wanna have fun.
I love how it's a two-parter too. Like for
Yeah,
no
it's just
real
a two-parter.
Hey, you want to know something really funny? When she was actually singing that song live, Cyndi Lauper.
What's up?
Yeah.
Here she is, girl. Goonies are good enough. She just starts singing it, belting it out, and then all of a sudden she gets like this strange taste in her mouth. A bird shit in her mouth when she was that song.
Hell yeah.
Oh my lord!
Poor
Gotta bleed
Miss
for your
Lawford.
art.
And then she sits her excuse. She says, "No." She stops singing the song. A bird just shit in my mouth.
Sorry,
Protein.
a bird just shit in my mouth.
And so then
Free protein.
And then she sits there. She said, "Excuse me, people at the she excused herself, washed her mouth out, and then continued the show.
Yeah.
The fact that she was singing, "Goonies are good enough," and then
This shit. That's great.
and then, but Cindy had a good joke about it. She says, "I guess that stupid bird doesn't like the Goonies."
Yeah,
They're talking about making a second one of those, right?
Classic.
They've been talking about it for years, and last I heard that they're gonna do one that sounds like a really stupid concept. So
Yeah, I guess Corey Feldman's down. I guess pretty much all of them are down to make it.
No.
Don't get me started on Corey Feldman.
Don't get me started on Feldman, man.
No,
yeah,
he's gone like fucking crazy these days.
Okay, I actually think that, like, yes, a lot of his documentary was true, but
No, it's not even that, man. He's a rapist.
Yes, but Corey did some fucked up things, and it seems like every
Wait, a rapist?
Oh, dude, have you heard about Corey's Angels?
No.
What?
He took women off the street, like drugged them up, moved them into his house, started a band with them, and
What the
was
fuck?
raping them because he kept them on drugs all the time.
What the fuck?
For fuck's sake.
and he married one.
Mm-hmm.
He
Oh,
married
jeez.
one.
And she's actually like, it's like, this girl, really, you could do better than Corey Feldman. I mean, I'm she's not here right now, so but I'm sorry, Melissa.
Well,
She could do, his wife could call me, and I'd be a better man than Corey Feldman. So,
the thing is, Feldman's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a leader at
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna release this documentary that exposes abusers in Hollywood, but I have to put it behind a $20 or $30 paywall. Yeah, I really care about the people who are abused. Fuck you.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I know people are trying to defend.
If he cared about the abuse going on towards people in Hollywood, he wouldn't put a paywall up. That's what makes me think he's full of shit.
That's what I'm trying to say, and it might be real information, but he's definitely
Yeah, but like,
to make money.
but you're doing it in a wrong way. You know what I mean? You're doing it in a wrong way. You're going about it wrong.
listen, I mean, I
Basically exploiting it, like exploitation of what happened.
I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree that he should not have, done the whole
And that's not a living dead. I'm gonna pop in Zombie 2. If y'all want to watch that along with me, you guys can.
I have
Yeah.
never seen the movie before, but it sounds
It's so good.
So I do agree that Corey, should not have funded that documentary in the same way, but we also have to point out that he did try to exploit the stuff before, because he wrote a tall book that had the names in it, and they were
and
going to release it, but then
strange.
this actual studio got scared who released the book. Then they did a lifetime. Then they did a Lifetime original movie called The Two Coreys. That
Yeah.
was going to have all the names in it, and then Lifetime got scared. Lifetime got scared. So
Yeah, people get scared.
So I think how Corey did the whole documentary was wrong, but I'm kind of trying to look at it from Corey's angle. That was the only way that he felt he could do it, but he should have just tried to fund it himself. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, from what you're telling me about Corey's Angels type things, then he's no better than the people who abused him.
Exactly.
No, he's
Like
not.
the thing about it.
And you can say, "Oh, he was abused. It's not his fault." It's like that's not how that works.
I mean, I was abused, man, but I'm not going out there like attacking people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know some people that were assaulted by like family members and shit, and they're like some of the nicest people. They're not out there like assaulting other people.
I mean, like I have PTSD, but I'm not gonna attack people or like try to inflict the same pain that I went through on others.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
I was mentally abused.
Oh, same all my life, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And
like
I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's horrible. Like no
well,
one.
the thing about it though, man, is like it's just more and more like I blocked it out. But I'm not going to turn this entire stream to like oh yeah, pity me or anything. I apologize for bringing that up, but like
No.
it's an honest thing. I mean, it's an honest thing to kind of talk about. This stuff actually happens. I mean, hell, like people thought things of me in the past, like they thought that I was trying to do something. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm afraid of people. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude, you should never apologize for
even with the people who did it to me. I mean, I forgave them, and actually now we're friends now. So
But it's also healthy. Like people, it's okay to forgive people, but you don't have to have them in your lives, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and yeah. Anyway, this is something we'll talk private about. So.
No. Sorry. I mean, I apologize if I brought up anything.
No, it's fine. Like,
yeah.
I'm 20. I'm 28 years old now. I got over it. I mean, I'm.
Yeah.
And like I don't actually have. Maybe it's just the Christian in me that I mean, I don't have PTSD from it. No offense to you, but
No, it's fine. No, it's just like, trust me, that's not the only thing that I saw on this planet. But the thing about it is, it's like I try not to let that control me, but it's like it gets daunting when like you got to deal with it every day of your life.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean it. We all have things. We all have things in our life that that we. Have.
Well, honestly, I'm going to come clean with this and say this honestly. The Pale-Faced Mutilator film that I've talked to with Nate actually has some very personal meanings to my life. Like, the character of Anton is sort of me, but, like, if I never was ever, like, the kind of guy I am nowadays where I'm, like, kind of chiller and, like, I forgive more often than I used to. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing about it, though, it's all about that, though. But the thing about it is just, like, making peace with things that happen, because we all got to walk that one road down our lives. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, the thing about this film, I guess it is therapeutic, but it's also kind of harmful because like it continuously gets hiatus, and I'm stuck with that pain throughout there. But like the idea of the film is to basically get it finished and get it out there, and maybe make something that I had in my mind for years, and it might actually kind of give some closure. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, for sure. I feel you.
The Pale-Faced Mutilator was like a brainchild of mine I've had since I was like in 8th grade. So it's been like probably an 8 to 7 year production cycle in this film, and it's changed from like a haunted house movie to a vampire movie until finally it kind of became something of a nurture versus nature horror film.
Gotcha.
I just want to make something that people will enjoy and they can laugh at, because the thing about it though is I don't think horror should be completely constantly always serious. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, zombie, man, that's awesome.
Now moving on
But
to zombie.
You can do great things with the medium. If you're going through horrible thing in your life, like depression or something, then this is a message out here to you. Do whatever makes you happy, either with script writing or concepting film ideas, because everybody matters, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've had I'm a writer and I write stories and stuff. And I've had an idea for a movie. I don't think it will happen, but I call it Tiny T Terrors, and it's about a group of.
I've heard of that.
People. You've heard of it?
Yeah, I think I heard you talk about it before, a live stream or something.
Oh shit! I didn't know you watched these, so I didn't know.
I try to watch everybody Nate's told me, or I've heard people that Nate's talk with. I always try to check out their stuff and support them, because I always want to show love to the horror creators.
Oh hell yeah, man! I'll have to check you out as well.
I think
I just met you today. I've never heard of you before.
I think I do.
Oh yeah, man! I've gone through many names. Nate can tell you. I was Gideon Morbid. I was Mr. Unspeakable. I was Gid Dahmer. I was multiple personality type thing.
I think I do follow you, but sometimes YouTube has so many glitches with notifications. Sometimes
definitely YouTube is screwing over people.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, I try to follow everybody, because this is before YouTube, where you could sit there and click on the people's channel. But now if you do that, click on the channel. Do you want to block this person? No, I just want to.
That's weird that they put that in there. You know what I mean?
Well, what happened was they were trying to stop sub for sub stream. So instead of just targeting all the streams called sub for sub, they're like, let's just make it so people can't click on people's name in the comments and go to their channels anymore. It's what?
I mean, the thing is, I don't get. Okay, listen. I went to school for business, so the best way to spread, YouTube can be a future business for anybody. The best way to spread a good business is good word of mouth. And sometimes on streams, I feel that you should self-promote yourself, because you're at the end of the day, you're all of us are friends, but we're also trying to.
Everyone wants to strive to become successful the most they can. You know what I mean?
So it's just honestly, when people sit there and say no self-promotion, it's just
Then why the hell is it been so built upon YouTube and Google that you have to promote yourself? Because YouTube used to be broadcast yourself, and now it's sort of just everyone for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really kind of gets me about YouTube nowadays, is that they used to preach that we're a huge community, but ever since Google processed them and bought them, it sort of became more of we're becoming more corporate. You can't contact anybody if you have a problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a
I'm
right way
not
and a
trying to
wrong
use
way to
your,
do it, though.
Yeah,
Exactly,
truthfully.
Nate. Exactly.
If you just hop on somebody's, if I just hopped on somebody's video or whatever, or just hopped on somebody's comment section every single day and literally was just oh, support this, and then I leave. It's you're not even commenting about the video. You're just commenting about your promotion.
Let people get to that's why I say I usually try to find the smaller guys, and have them get to know you better, and then have them ask you what you're doing next. So
that's how I met Nate. Actually, I commented on one of his Texas Chainsaw films. We sort of built up a small friendship at first, and I started coming on to his live streams, and we've been friends for years.
Yeah, me and Gid's been friends for forever now.
Yeah, well, Nate and I met through one YouTuber who, I don't really like him too much anymore, but that's another.
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, I think I know who that is.
Yeah. We met through that guy, and then I kind of met everybody in this community. And this, and I hate even using that term because like all of us have become like really good friends.
Yeah.
Because I met like Corey, Trench, and like Trench and I mean, we both still have Google Hangouts. We talk like pretty much every day. So
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
It just
Pretty much.
text each other, but like we talk. I mean, if not every day, like every other day. So.
Oh, trust me, like I would text. I still kind of text like Nate and John Grande all the time my ideas, and I'm like, "Yo, Nate, you gotta listen to this." And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh God, I'm not stressing him too much." I'm like, "Oh God," I'm like, "Nate, I have an idea about a killer sperm."
Dude, that sounds like this motherfucker above me. He'll be texting me every day. Like, and I love it though. I comment, but it like that sounds like exactly like him.
Yeah, like I mean, you can like inspiration for films come from like anything because like you can think of something that's like a concept that hasn't been explored and everything. Like hell, man, me and my friend Nate and like John. Yeah, I don't know why I say that, my friend Nate, because Nate's right fucking here. But like, I had this idea like we send each
I'm
other,
involved.
PSAs. We send each other like drug PSAs from like the 80s and the 90s, the really weird ones, and I'm like, there's this one about this kid, like, he says, "Hey man, I'm snakes or something, and I'm like trying to push something on you," and he like, "When I say that to a kid like you," and he's like, and I'm like, what if somebody took that concept of like it would be like that live action TMNT movie?
Well,
what if you take that concept about a bunch of kids who have a bad home life and they find this drug that slowly turns them into a reptilian? And it's like a kind of messed up, like TMNT film. You know what I mean?
Well, one of some of those really bad 80s drug commercials. My dad, he grew up in that era, so he sits there and says, "We all knew that every one of those kids who did those anti-drugs commercials were on drugs, and we all made fun of it."
Yeah.
I mean, because he's like even Corey Haim and Corey Feldman when they would do it, like said, if you pay attention, like Corey Feldman's eyes are like very unnatural,
So wide. They're like really wide, and he's like, "Hey kids, I'm here to tell you not to do drugs."
Yeah. Well,
My favorite is still fucking "This is crack." Like, I fucking love that.
Wait. This is crack.
Oh,
Crack cocaine.
You did it! That was awesome.
oh my god.
This is crack. Crack cocaine.
You know,
It's not fun, and it's not kids.
you guys know that. You guys know that Paul Rubens.
Thrill can kill.
You guys know that Paul Rubens was originally going to play Gozer in the Ghostbusters.
Oh hell yeah, that would be great.
That would have been awesome.
But then Dan Aykroyd remembered that John Belushi was a fan of that girl because she was like a punk rocker or something like that.
Yeah, Gozer was bitching. I'm gonna say that right here.
Yeah, well, but then he just remembered that John loved her music, so he casted her instead of Paul Rubens. But I'm like,
yeah,
like somebody says, can you imagine Paul Rubens doing the Pee Wee voice and that? I'm like, I don't think he would do the Pee Wee.
I would have killed for it, man. I would have killed to see that.
I don't think he would do the Pee Wee voice.
Are you a god?
Are you a god?
Then die. Die.
Has anybody here ever read the Ghostbusters Hellbent script?
No.
I've heard of it. It sounds great though. So weird.
Well, okay, the version of the script I read, like it was so obvious that the new recruit was supposed to be Chris Farley. It was.
Oh my god, yes.
It was so obvious because there's literally a scene where he sits there, he gets the Ghostbuster suit on, and he sits there, tells Peter Venkman, "It doesn't fit." So and he sits there.
It doesn't fit.
And so he sits there and says, "It's okay, big boy, suck in." And he sits there. and then it just sits there. It fits.
It rips.
But the funny thing is, they kept that the ripped suit in the entire movie.
Yeah. Like, the funny thing, going back to Pee Wee Herman, me and my friend, like, we do this kind of, like, band and stuff that we're wanting to start doing, and, we said if we ever got, like, signed on to do, like, a full album, I wanted to do a rap song, like, in the style of MF Doom, and have, like, Paul Rubens in my head as a demon, like, doing the Pee Wee voice and, like, rapping with me. Like, he's actually, like, a voice in the back of my head.
I'm not even the biggest, like, rap guy, and but a lot of people aren't in this little, group, but, like,
Yeah.
because I'm more of a rocker at heart, so.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
I
enjoy hearing you guys rap because it's just friends rapping, so it's just like.
Yeah, like the funny thing about it though, we were gonna write this entire concept album about this like Pee Wee's Playhouse on demonic crack type stuff, about a character he's actually in his head, and like Pee Wee Herman is literally a demon possessing him, like he's telling him to do all these horrible things. Just like we just hire Paul Rubens to just do the Pee Wee voice and say the most horrible things imaginable. It'd be hilarious, I think.
Yeah.
And he probably wouldn't do it because like Pee Wee Herman's like his like life, but like that would just be hilarious to get like him to play a character that wasn't exactly Pee Wee Herman, but we get like him to play with this really just creepy ass voice.
Well, Paul Rubin, I always thought he was kind of a very underrated actor, especially in this one movie. Like he's not playing Pee Wee Herman at all. Dustin Checks In.
Oh yeah.
That's the name.
I remember that one. That's a monkey.
Yeah, Trench, have you seen that movie?
No, but monkeys make everything good. So
they do.
Good
Let's
point.
see. How do I describe this movie? Jason
I always
Alexander.
left my ass off.
Jason Alexander plays a hotel manager, and he has this one guy who checks in who owns the monkeys, but like this kid, it's kind of one of those like 90s kid mischief movies,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is the best way I can describe it. And his older brother is not in the movie too much, but like I remember even thinking as a kid, like I was confused if this his older brother, looks very feminine,
Yeah.
I just remember that. It's been so long since I've seen it, but Paul Rubens plays an exterminator in the movie.
Oh my god.
And
it's crazy.
And he doesn't do the Pee Wee voice. He just kind of does his normal voice. So
he was in Matilda too, wasn't he? He played one of the investigators.
I believe.
I think so.
I think he was.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm just gonna say it right now. The way how he got arrested was baloney. He was at an adult theater.
Isn't that the whole point of going there though? Like, why can you get arrested for going to an adult theater and doing that?
Like, well, I mean, it's like it's decency laws. There's like different decency laws for things. Honestly, I'm not saying this just because I'm a huge Pee Wee Herman fan, but basically he got screwed over because they tried to say that he had like pictures and shit on him that wasn't like even like the illegal type stuff. It was just like an old swimsuit magazine from like the early 40s or 50s. And they tried to pin him with like, saying, oh yeah, he was in the kids or something. And I'm like, that's bullshit. You're just basically, if it was any other actor, they would let them walk. It was Pee Wee Herman because he was in children's entertainment and they wanted to make a whole debacle out of it. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember I had to prove it wrong to somebody when I was in high school. They said that he was at a Mary-Kate and Ashley theater. Like, no, it was an adult theater. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, what? I've never been to an adult movie theater. I never really plan on going, but like, what? I mean, I'm assuming what people do at adult movie theaters.
Yeah, like it's kind of expected, isn't it?
I mean, you don't exactly sit there to watch that stuff for.
You're like you're not sitting there with a box of like basically Dum Dums and a whole entire thing of popcorn going, I love this movie. You're basically there to watch what the hell you want to watch.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
I mean, I'm not going to go in there and do that.
Speaking of that, there was a funny story. I had a friend of mine when his great grandpa came to America. He bought a chicken, like just a dead chicken, with its head and everything.
Yeah.
And so, but then he decides to go to a movie, but then he can't take the chicken into the movie theater, and he has nothing to really put in it. So he puts it in his.
Oh my god.
And so, but then the chicken gets kind of itchy, you know. So then he literally tells the story how he unzips or unbuttons his pants, and all of a sudden there's this thing popping out there, and there's these girls like this is like in the 1900s, so
Oh my gosh.
so like all of a sudden these two girls just
Is that your chicken, or are you just happy to see me?
the funny thing
Bruh.
the funny thing is the girls were sitting there making they actually whispered like, so people were always dirty is the funny thing. So she sits there, I think
That's a big cock.
but they know that it was an actual chicken. The funny thing is the guy actually got arrested for it, but then when they discovered that it was an actual chicken and he just came to America, the cops were just like, oh my gosh.
What do we do with this?
So that was that. They was just like, oh well,
That's amazing.
They just arrested.
That's literally amazing.
They just arrested him, but then they let him go off a technicality because like it was his first day in America. He gets arrested for.
I think of old, they say first day in America, you get caught with a chicken down your pants. We come from old country. We don't do that here.
Yes.
Is that a chicken? I got caught for that
crack
one.
smack. So smack is whack. So whack off whenever you can.
Oh my god.
Pee Wee Herman. Now, like, the thing about it, though, that entire case they did with Paul Rubens was just bullshit because, like, they're just trying to make a debacle out of him. Like, a kind of... Like, they were just doing it because he was, like, an entertainer, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what do you expect? It's a fucking porno theater. You're going to go in there and do something. You know what I mean?
Was he doing it wrong? Like, you might only masturbate with your dick in your pants. You can't have it out.
I mean, he looked like he was, like, on drugs or something. Like, I'm not saying he's on drugs or anything, but, like, the way he looked like a trucker. And I'm like... I'm kind of thinking like that was like years after he did Pee Wee's Playhouse, or was it during it? I don't know when, but like I know he got canceled. They canceled Pee Wee's Playhouse after that.
This cannot be distributed anymore. So bye bye.
And I'm like, I don't know why they should cancel it.
I think
like,
Pee Wee's Playhouse was still going on.
Yeah,
but
God, that show was an acid trip.
I swear it was still going on, but like I think the reason why he looked like that because he was taking a break from filming.
Oh yeah.
So he just let his hair grow out, and
I'm still surprised at how he looked because like it looked like he'd been off like, he had like a beard and everything, and I'm like, God, does he grow a beard like right after you says cut on Pee Wee's Playhouse? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why was his beard? Why did he look like that?
Because
it must have just been a couple weeks. You know what I mean?
They were taking the break from filming Pee Wee's Playhouse, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, whenever he'd do it, they would just, like, film a bunch of, like, segments for every episode, so they'd have, like, a batch of episodes to put out each month. So, yeah, he must have had some time off.
And, hey, some people could just grow beards a lot faster than most people, like...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, man, like, I shaved mine, like, in 1 week, and it's back, like, the next day, and I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, like, Robin Williams, they said that he could grow a beard. He could.
God, he was a great guy.
He could have shaved this morning, and then like the next couple hours, like he'd have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Because have you seen how hairy that man was?
Yeah, it was like a hairy bear.
Oh, did anybody ever hear like Robin Williams' one of his last stand-up shows he did, and he was talking about porn of popular movies. He sits there, I've seen some of my movies. Good Will Hunting.
Good little humping.
And then he sits there. Can you imagine, John Wayne?
Hello, Pilgrim.
Doing that. Somebody doing a John Wayne movie into a porno, and they just start doing a John.
Oh my god! Yeah, do you ever? Is anyone here a Tim Burton fan?
I love
Oh,
Tim Burton's
yeah.
work.
Like the thing about it though is he was going on like talking about Edward Scissorhands. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I like Tim Burton when he up until Sleepy Hollow.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he kind of lacked after that, but like he was like on some talk show after he got done directing Edward Scissorhands. He was like, I'm surprised it's gotten so popular. They already made a porno of it, Edward Penis Hands, and like he just said it out like out loud.
God.
He says it out loud, and like the interviewer on this like national television is like, "Oh yeah, please let's talk about your new film." But and he's like, "Because the hands look like penises," and they kind of cut him off, and I'm like, "Oh my god." He was going like a full tirade about that film.
Has anybody ever seen this movie? Trench, this is like up your alley if you haven't seen it. Tim Burton was going to direct this one movie, and it ended up he didn't get directed, but they made it instead. It's called Cabin Boy.
Yeah, I've heard about that. The cover makes me laugh.
Trench, have you ever seen it?
No.
Cabin Boy.
Okay. Chris Elliott plays like an adult man-child.
Yeah.
And this is like in the 1800s, but it's sort of like a fantasy and everything. He falls in love with a mermaid. And it's just like a very wacky movie. Like Trench, I actually think that if you saw it, you would sit there, like, say, "This movie's amazing."
Probably. That usually is what happens. Like, I'm the guy that likes Mac and Me better than E.T. So
Oh my
I
god,
think...
I love Mac and Me.
Dude, Mac and Me's the shit, man.
It is, dude. I got a poster of it coming in pretty soon.
It's fucking awesome.
You know what? I actually kind of agree with Trench. Mac and Me is a little better than E.T. E.T.
I died.
E.T. is just...
E.T.'s good. E.T.'s good. Like,
I'm not I think E.T.'s overrated.
I mean, I'm not
the same way.
I respect it, but at the end of the day, E.T. does not have a kid with a wheelchair going off a cliff.
Yeah, and you don't see like people breakdancing at McDonald's, and you don't see a fucking football team come out of nowhere and start dancing.
That's like the McDonald's. And the funny thing, it wasn't even sponsored by McDonald's. It was sponsored by McDonald's, like their food truck company. The food truck company sponsored it.
I think they were inspired, and they were like sponsored by Coca-Cola too, because like the kid was drinking a Coca-Cola in almost every scene.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna be honest though. Like, I got baked one night, and I sat there and I was like checking it out again because I saw this movie when I was like 5, and like I watched it again, and it got to that scene where they're dancing at McDonald's, and I was getting lit with it, man. I was like, hell yeah! And then like it just gets to the scene where those guys start dancing on the counter, and I just start busting my ass off, laughing my head off. And I'm just like, this is the best movie ever made.
Yeah,
I kind of believe that too because it's. People shit on it so much, but I'm like, if you kind of look at it in like a different standpoint, I mean, it's kind of hilarious. I mean, where the hell else would you see a boy in a wheelchair putting an alien in a teddy bear costume that you can basically tell it's not a toy, and it gets up and starts breakdancing, and people think it's normal.
Yeah.
Like, they don't act like anything's different. They just start dancing around with it, and I'm like, are these people on crack?
It's a delightful taste sensation.
Definitely on crack. Definitely.
Well, I mean, basically, they shoot the kid in the wheelchair right in the chest on screen. He gets shot in one scene.
All right, y'all, my battery's getting real low, so I'm going to go ahead and end the live. But if y'all want to come in still, I'm going to post the link in the chat one more time. So if y'all want to come back and hang out in the back with us and talk, y'all totally can. But anyways, I'm going to end the live right now. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys all here for so much for stopping by and hanging out. It's been fun. And we'll talk also in the back. So, yeah, we'll see you guys.
Right.
Definitely.
Cool. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.